Hey guys, tonight we journey back to a time when the concept of privacy took a backseat to the realities of life in the Middle Ages. Imagine a world where walls didn't just separate homes, but also relationships, where being intimate was less about whispers and dimly lit rooms and more about public displays of affection. Man, you probably won't survive this trip without some good earplugs. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, why not drop a comment with your location and local time? It's fun to see how far we all are from this chaotic medieval past. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You start by envisioning a modest medieval household with stone walls that know all your secrets, or rather, lack of privacy. You can almost feel the cool draft slicing through the air as you picture a family sharing a single space for sleeping, eating, and yes, even, romantic encounters. These homes, with their wooden beams and smoky fire pits, offered very little in the way of personal space. A couple in love might be more likely to find it necessary to clear their throats awkwardly than find a secluded corner for themselves. Talk about no boundaries, right? In fact, historians note that most medieval families often shared their beds with relatives and sometimes even animals. A cozy setting indeed, unless you're a sheep trying to sleep next to a snoring cousin. Now, you might be wondering, how did people actually navigate such a bizarre mix of public and private life? One of the most notable aspects was the strong influence of societal norms. As you drift further into this era, you'll find that public displays of affection were far more commonplace than you might think. From hand-holding to flirtatious banter, courtship was a very public affair, filled with brightly colored dresses and clinking goblets, often happening during communal gatherings. There's something inherently picturesque about it. Imagine a warm summer evening sprinkled with laughter, but also the constant threat of someone spilling the beans about your latest crush at the local tavern. As you slip deeper into these medieval towns, the bustling marketplaces come alive. You hear the merchants shouting, children laughing, and the traders arguing over the best price for a sack of grain. In the midst of this chaos, consider that a strong undercurrent exists regarding the topic of marriage, an institution not solely built on love, but contractual agreements. Marriages often had little to do with romance, instead focused on alliances, land, and financial security. You think of that one friend who always seems to be dating someone for the potential. In medieval times, that friend would have been the norm. Historians still argue whether emotional intimacy had a place in arranged marriages, but personal happiness certainly took a backseat to family duty and prosperity. Yet, while you're navigating these tangled relationships, you can't ignore the prominent figure of the church, whose teachings loomed large over society. Religion played a critical role in how sexuality was perceived and conducted. Surprisingly, the church wasn't just a bearer of rigid rules, but also a facilitator of sexual discourse. Yes, you heard that right. From sermons that tackled the responsibilities of sexual relationships within marriage to cautionary tales that warned about the perils of too much pleasure, they were fully entrenched in the community's views on intimacy. You chuckle lightly at the thought of priests trying to spice things up on a Sunday morning with their version of a get closer to God talk. Let's talk about sex, baby. Then there's the whole concept of chivalry, which, stunningly enough, added yet another layer to the romantic tapestry. Chivalric ideals celebrated love, courtship, and gallantry, but they also burdened relationships with expectations of public scrutiny. Think of it as the medieval version of a reality show. You couldn't afford to mess up when everyone was watching. Even the simplest gestures became performances, making intimacy a complicated affair laden with societal judgment. You can't help but smirk at the idea of a medieval knight showing off his guitar skills in a drunken attempt to woo his lady, bless his heart. Of course, not all intimate affairs were born from chivalry or romance. Gossips acted like the original Twitter, spreading word about the latest romantic scandals. As you can imagine, once the rumor mill started churning, there was little hope of keeping anything jarred tightly behind closed doors. What was once a private dalliance turned into a community spectacle, replete with dramatic scandal and elevated voices. Imagine a group of villagers whispering eagerly about Lady Edith's latest rendezvous over a game of dice. Nothing could be sacred. Public festivals dotted the calendar, filled with merriment and, you guessed it, fertility rites that acknowledged the raw human spirit, centered around agricultural cycles and community bonding. Here, sexuality found its expression in dance and revelry, making all awkward conversations about intimacy seem frivolous by comparison. As you visualize colorful stalls, rhythmic drum beats, and the intoxicating scent of roasted meats filling the air, you realize these joyous occasions did much more than celebrate the seasons. They provided an open platform for engaging in activities that might otherwise feel taboo. Everyone's a little less discreet when the mead flows, right? Then there's the art of seduction, which you learn was being painted, written about, and sung in songs. Literature and art during this time often indulged in passionate, colorful depictions of sexual exploits and romances, thereby immortalizing the less private aspects of life in elaborate tales and images. Can you imagine a medieval bard strumming his lute and crooning about Sir Lancelot's not-so-secret affair? It puts a whole new spin on absurdly romantic poetry, when such tales could be discussed in taverns over tankards. But let's not forget the visibility of prostitution and brothels, which served as very public avenues for engaging in sexual activity. These establishments weren't merely seen as sketchy back-alley affairs. They were woven into the fabric of towns and cities, offering not only a service, but a community gathering place. You chuckle at the thought of it being a kind of medieval networking event. Everyone knows everyone's business. And let's face it, who didn't have a favorite place to, meet new people? Then there's the realm of medicine. Back in the medieval period, sex and health were closely intertwined, as medical discussions about sexuality were common. You picture doctors touting remedies and bizarre potions meant to enhance intimacy, looking like they totally belonged on today's late-night infomercials. This herbal blend guarantees more than just good vibes, bhakti. Historians still argue whether medieval medical views were progressive or simply a means of control, as society grappled with understanding the mysteries of reproduction and intimacy. Projected gender roles, too, shaped the experiences of sex. While men often held power and authority, women were expected to live up to ideals that constrained their freedom in expressing sexuality. You imagine how these expectations must have felt like wearing a corset that they couldn't take off, tight, restricting, and definitely not comfortable. Gender debates still rage, but one thing is clear. It created a tangled web of challenges for both sexes, perpetuating cycles of misunderstanding and judgment. And as we weave through the fabric of these lives, the impact of crises like the Black Death emerges. Events of such magnitude shook the medieval world to its foundations, leading to a shift in how people interacted with one another. Death's ever-looming presence often led to an increase in intimacy in public spaces, as if shouting, "Life is short, let's enjoy it." But at the same time, it rendered people inclined to keep their most vulnerable moments under wraps. Historians still argue whether this era fostered a more liberated perspective on intimacy or merely intensified the divisions surrounding sexuality. With every twist, turn, and punchline, you also find yourself lost in a deeper understanding of the complexities surrounding same-sex relationships during this time. While outright acceptance often eluded many, clandestine meetings and hidden connections flourished beneath the surface. Picture actors taking a ball after an incredible performance, only to be left wondering if they held their secret well enough to keep it from being exposed. Those added layers of tension and contradiction make the whole subject endlessly fascinating. And there you stand, contemplating how everything unfolds, not just in the battlegrounds, castles, and marketplaces, but also in the intimate corners of these medieval lives. The evolution of privacy and intimacy is rich, complicated, and steeped in human experience. With every thread deftly woven, you start to see how the modern concept of private spaces and relationships has grown from such intimate chaos. As the shadows lengthen around your imaginative medieval journey, you can't shake the feeling that all these intricate layers of intimacy, societal pressures, and complex human emotions really do sound like a drama unfolding before your very eyes. Each character is more vivid than the last, and as tales of gallant knights, dainty maidens, and meddling gossips dance through your mind, you're reminded that behind every history lies an unending pursuit of connection. Sometimes public, sometimes decidedly not. As you settle into the cozy folds of this narrative, the atmosphere transforms around you, and a quiet reflection takes hold of your thoughts. The medieval world sprawls outwards from you, painted in hues of humanity's exploits, failures, and undeniable charm. It's easy to see that life during these times wasn't merely concerned with grand gestures of courtly love, but also the complexities of daily existences intertwined in an almost chaotic ballet of social interaction. You can feel the weight of those centuries slipping through your mind like grains of sand. As you reminisce, thoughts swirl around the curious awkwardness of bedding arrangements. The reality was that medieval beds could be a communal affair, drawing the line between intimacy and sheer practicality. Picture the nightly ritual, a family tucking in together, while the tiniest uninvited guests might also cozy up in the corner. The family goats, of course, ensuring that privacy felt more like a distant dream rather than a nightly reality. You chuckle at the absurdity. Imagine rolling over to find a sheep snoring next to you when all you wanted was a moment of peace. As you imagine the significance of these living arrangements, it dawns on you how they shaped societal perceptions of privacy. When everyone shares living quarters, personal matters inherently become part of the public fabric. Intimacy and connection morph into tightly woven networks of observations and judgments. There's a certain warmth to it, but one can almost hear the kind of whispered reactions that would fly if one person got overly intimate with their partner. The kind of, "Did you see that?" murmuring traveling through the shared quarters like wildfire. Now, venture deeper into the bustling life of medieval towns, where courtships played out loud and spirited in marketplaces. People didn't shy away from expressing affection in public, making everything from hand-holding to lively banter a standard feature of social interactions. You visualize couples stealing glances over produce stalls while children scamper about, giggling at their parents' flirtations. In fact, it's quite likely that no one was truly surprised to find a pair cheekily swaying near the riverbank. they were more involved in their own dalliance with the gossipers trailing behind. As you picture these dynamics, it's crucial to acknowledge the double-edged sword of societal and familial pressure. The marriage contract, carefully negotiated for political and economic benefit, conveyed the norms of the day. Love was considered a bonus rather than the foundation. Historians still argue whether these arranged unions fostered stronger societal bonds or merely perpetuated transactional relationships. One thing remains evident: a good old-fashioned objective analysis could have made for a fascinating subplot. Now, the church stands tall, an undeniable pillar of influence and control, intertwining the realm of spirituality with human desires in a uniquely nuanced way. Its presence echoed through tall stone walls, as sermons emphasized indulgence's pitfalls while paradoxically monopolizing the conversation surrounding love and intimacy. You'd almost smile imagining the fervor of priests warning about the devil's temptations, every one of them likely harboring their own secret thoughts about getting cozy under the stars. It's a comedic spectacle where piety meets human nature in the oddest dance. With such a blended view of sexuality in a religious context, emerge the chivalric ideals. A conversation around courtly love and romantic gestures emerges, practically begging for attention, as it shapes perceptions of intimacy throughout the age. Knights served as gallant figures, but also as performers tethered by expectations of conduct, every knight punctuating the air with their dramatic flings, while simultaneously being painfully aware of the judgmental glances nearby. Can you imagine sponsored tournaments with knights competing for glory while heartstrings were strummed on the side? What an epic tale! Yet even amidst the pageantry, there existed a darker underbelly. The relentless gossipers who snatched every opportunity to dissect the lives of others. Rumors swept through towns like an unyielding wind, turning any forbidden encounter into ripe gossip. Public scrutiny was its own beast, ready to pounce and devour the slightest scandal, elevating the experience of intimacy to theatrical highs and plummeting lows. The infectious nature of rumors makes you chuckle softly, imagining two old ladies with looming words spreading tales over a cup of ale. Did you hear about the baker's daughter? Then you come back to the idea of festivals. Vibrant medleys of culture, tradition, and oh yes, those cheeky fertility rites. These celebrations ignited the essence of community. Amid grand music, delectable feasts, and communal dancing, sex found its open expression in jubilant offerings to the gods of harvest. Above the joyous chaos, an innate need to connect grew, as friends reveled in communal joy. There's something truly beautiful about the idea of celebrating the cyclical nature of life through pleasure and joy, though it certainly sounds quite a bit louder than what one might expect on a typical Saturday night today. You delve deeper, reflecting on the ways seduction was disguised as artistry. Romance bloomed in paintings, poems, and folk tales, where sexual exploits were innocently wrapped in metaphors while simultaneously titillating curiosity generationally. The medieval court was a stage where artists and musicians painted vivid tapestries of love and lust, letting their creativity rip with reckless abandon. You wade into thoughts of bardic performances, where knights could swoon just as skillfully with a lute as they did with their sword. Romantic gestures galore, and amid all the passionate exchanges, you can't help but revisit the profound existence of brothels and sex work within urban life. These venues were woven seamlessly into medieval culture, the tales of countless stories exchanged for coin. Far from becoming a sheer backdrop of societal disgrace, you realize they were openly accepted facets of the bustling urban landscape, equipped with lively quips and exchanges. Imagine he who shall not be named trying his luck during an evening outing, unable to resist the charms of Alice the Entertainer. The poor bloke didn't stand a chance. The realm of medical understanding around sexuality, while fascinating, inevitably brings you back to pondering how knowledge can lead to misunderstanding too. Discussions in the medieval world surrounding sexuality and health brought forth both wisdom and absurdity. Herbal remedies and odd potions advertised as enhancements linger in the air like restless ghosts, a comedic twist on today's endless laundry list of bizarre diet fads. You can almost hear the disgruntled medieval scientists engaged in passionate debates about effective aphrodisiacs, all while trying to ignore that one guy in the corner who believes the touch of a chicken's beak was the key. Then there's gender. The oozing complexity of expectations define both identities. You recall witnessing a tangled web of roles constructed by society. Men wore masks of authority while women often bore the weight of constricted identities. As you explore these dynamics, you remember that everyone faced challenges, not just one side of the equation. It's like a dance where the rhythms clash and harmonize, creating a strangely beautiful complexity. The history books might try to shove these matters into neat little boxes, yet each page seems to simply beg for a more extensive character development. And as your thoughts unwind and twist around the implications of the Black Death, you witness the interplay between intimacy and crisis. In the aftermath of catastrophe, life thrived amid despair, and intimacy often surged as people clung to each other during life's uncertain tides. The sheer irony of an era that echoes vulnerability against the backdrop of social gap highlights how fluid notions of intimacy can be, particularly in times of urgency. Historians still argue if the ensuing liberation of relationships was a mere byproduct of facing mortality or a genuine shift in societal values. You lean back, pondering how life, full of unpredictability, reshapes perception, like a river that carves new paths through the landscape, mutating along the way. As the layers build toward a vivid tapestry of this medieval existence, you appreciate how human connection emerges across these centuries, overcoming limitations and misunderstandings. All of these intertwined tales remind you that while the medieval world seems distant, echoes of those intimate expressions of humanity still play out around you. You marvel at how much has transformed, yet simultaneously wonder how much remains the same. A sigh escapes you as you feel gratitude wash over this journey, an ingrained reminder that no matter the time or circumstance, love, intimacy, and the very essence of life continue to weave their intricate patterns, navigating through history like a river, meandering through a rich landscape. As thoughts flow softly around you, you nestle deeper into the imagery of this medieval past, feeling peaceful reflections turning gently warm as they settle around your heart, the heart of this age, and yes, perhaps even your own, Sivanyor. As you drift further into the imagery of this medieval setting, the melodic hum of daily life surrounds you, reminding you that history is a tapestry of humanity, woven using threads of emotion, necessity, and the ever-present desire for connection. You envision families bustling through marketplaces, the sun catching glimmers of metal armor from knights, and the laughter of children mingling with the calls of vendors selling fresh bread and handmade wares. Yet, behind the vibrant facade lurks an intricate web of relations that require exploration, especially concerning the peculiar nature of their shared bedchambers. Imagine a night in a modest medieval home. The hearth crackles gently, casting a glow that dances across the faces gathered around. The bedraggled furniture, hand-carved from the local timber, showcases imperfections that tell their own story. In the corner, You can almost see the strips of wool and linen nestled closely together as people huddle for warmth. Yes, the awkwardness of sleeping arrangements is palpable. Privacy is a novelty, especially when grandmothers might be snoring mere feet away. You can almost hear a brave soul whispering, "Hey, want to have a not-so-private moment?" Yet even this awkwardness serves as a backdrop to greater societal narratives. The act of intimacy, once deemed sacred, becomes just another facet of existence shared among the household. Arguably, the furthest thing from the romantic escapades you might fantasize about today. You think of how the very idea of intimacy is intertwined with community and family, bound together by the invisible threads of daily life and shared experiences. It begs a rather quirky question. If medieval life was characterized by lack of privacy and love, did it push intimacy to be more intimate or just more public? Now, as you reflect deeper, consider how influential societal norms shaped courtship and expressed emotion. In this era, affection flourished in full view, from warm smiles exchanged across busy market stalls amid the offerings and shouts of vendors, to lovers brazenly sneaking hand-holding during village fairs. The awkwardness of courtly pursuits had its charm, a wholesome combination of blushing cheeks and sidelong glances. The lack of privacy transformed courtships into lively performances, a kind of communal art. And what's a little sweet talk without an audience, right? Fast forward to the tension found in the very fabric of marriage, made not for love, but for alliances and financial assurances. Ah, yes, those business transactions that masqueraded as vows. An integral part of the medieval landscape, while love was a bonus, you can't help but ponder. Did the absence of romantic expectation within marriages create a gateway for other forms of affection to arise? Historians still argue whether the benefit of companionship grew stronger through mutual necessity, or if it simply meant boredom bred new opportunities for scandals you wouldn't find in today's cosmic romances. As you wade through this densely knit history, the Church stands as an unwavering authority, casting shadows over both love and lust. Its doctrine established boundaries while simultaneously stirring conversations about sexuality. Yes, those priests were not merely figures of authority. They indulged in imbibing the complexities surrounding intimate relationships. You can almost hear them urging lovers to think of the eternal ramifications of sin, while they plant the tiniest seeds of intrigue in the process. It's as if they'd painted vivid verses of ardor into the fabric of this world, all while attempting to ward off temptation. Then we return to the chivalric tales, a curious dance of romance steeped in virtue, yet rife with public expectation. Knights strode across the earthly theatre, adorned in polished armor, their heroic gestures celebrated publicly. You smile at the thought of gallant knights pouring their hearts into poetic verses, a performance not unlike a modern-day rom-com with dramatic confessions and teary-eyed confessions. Yet these elevated depictions of love often overshadowed the very real fragility of human identity, that moment where passion inevitably leads to vulnerability beneath the watchful eyes of society. When gossip echoed through towns, formalities quickly morphed into thrilling exchanges. You picture a sun-drenched afternoon where whispers rippled across marketplaces, igniting tales about Lady Eleanor's flirtations over roasted chestnuts. The intimate exchanges were transformed into something like theatrical performances for the ever-growing audience. You chuckle, imagining street performers incorporating juicy rumors into their acts, as the audience gasps and laughs with each new revelation. This world, so intertwined with curiosity, shatters any illusions of maintaining secrecy, while embracing the hilarity that life renders each day. Medieval festivals offer a refreshing contrast to this tapestry of norms. Exciting spectacles filled with joy and laughter, a grand arena for celebrating life. Amid lively music, delicious foods, and radiant costumes, vibrancy bursts forth from the crowd. You can almost feel the heat of the bonfire in the air, the intoxicating smells of fried pastries wafting through the joyous noise. Here, amidst the festivities, societal boundaries dissolve and people revel in freedom, celebrating fertility rites that allow intimate expression to flourish unabashedly. An ethos echoed through the ages on wild nights, seducing those drawn to the revelry of life. It's this marriage of joy and expression that leads you to think deeply about the art of seduction, woven into the fabric of literature and artwork. As you envision resplendent tapestries adorned with passionate displays, it becomes clear that the medieval period was not shy about depicting sexuality in colourful narratives. You almost expect to see a bard performing flamboyant tales, woven with lyrical charm, the vibrancy painting the air even before any notes escape his lips. Amid the echoes of applause, you hear laughter, and suddenly the act of seducing becomes not just about partners, but about the collective experience of tantalizing storytelling. Equally, consider the existence of brothels that peppered urban landscapes, the very places where intimacy flourished, exterior to the prescriptive narratives. Within their walls, the connection between individuals transcended commerce. The vibrancy of life thrived there as laughter echoed, stories exchanged, and fleeting moments blossomed between strangers. Picture an eager patron stepping through the door, curiosity lighting his eyes, while jests filled the room with warmth. And now you turn to the medical discussions surrounding sex, a realm filled with its vocabulary and layered misconceptions. Engaging in discussions surrounding sexuality within the realm of medicine resulted in both enlightening knowledge and absurdity. You can't help but laugh a little as you imagine medieval physicians debating the virtues of various enhancing potions. You can see the pharmacy shelves filled with peculiar items, including something that could only be described as a poorly explained natural testosterone ramp-up, next to which a sign reads, "Sprinkle on to ignite passion." You can bet some of those concoctions might have resulted in more side effects than romantic outcomes. You imagine the intricacies of gender roles during these medieval times as you reflect upon their shared experiences. Men donned the mantle of authority, while women often found themselves entangled within the fine threads of control, navigating restrictions that shaped their identities. You observe that the lace of expectation wound tightly around both genders, each one held accountable by society's unwritten rules. An invisible tension pervaded the air, as individuals on either side of the equation worked to decipher their identities amid the noise. Waltzing back to the outcomes of crises like the Black Death, it strikes you that vulnerability sometimes enters through an unexpected door. Death's shadow becomes a constant reminder. People grasped onto intimacy robustly, yearning for connection in a world filled with uncertainty. It's intriguing to visualize medieval townsfolk gathering, sharing secrets while navigating the delicate balance of despair and a thirst for presence. Historians still argue about whether relationships became deeper relationships due to mortality's looming presence, or if a sense of urgency merely pushed everyone into newfound freedoms. You can't quite say, but it undeniably sparked movement within the realm of intimacy. Dancing through the fabric of history, entwined with recollections of same-sex relationships within the darker corners of society, you uncover hidden truths, The nuances of these relationships existed, even while societal norms sought to deny such connections their rightful place. You sense the turmoil within cultural narratives, an expression of humanity fighting to breathe through the cracks in societal expectations. Their stories sewn like threads hidden within elaborate quilts. Now, you draw closer to understanding how this world built on intimacy shapes our own modern perceptions. You observe that the effects of medieval lives resonate as echoes of those vibrant connections traverse through centuries and linger within contemporary minds, all of which remind us that connections transcend time and evolve, yet remain fundamentally human. As you wrap yourself in this evolving narrative of life and love, memories of those intricate relationships swirl through your mind, portraying a community joined not only by need and necessity, but also by laughter and vulnerability. You find solace amid the chaos, where emotions are nurtured, painted in stories dancing in the light of old castles and huddled around bright campfires. Within each tapestry, you can feel a heartbeat reverberating, connecting the past to your own experience, a tender reminder that beneath the veneer of history, humanity persists. With every layer peeled back, you begin to appreciate the journey through a world where intimacy deviates from normative expressions, shimmering like a liminal space between the sacred and the public. And as night begins to pull its blanket over the horizon, you rest in the comfort of understanding, reminded that love and connection have found their course across centuries, paving the way for intimacy to thrive within the tapestry of life in all its unique, glorious, chaotic forms. As you settle into the rich layers of history about intimacy and community, a gentle warmth spreads through you, pulling your thoughts inward as the medieval tapestry unfolds before your eyes. Each moment resonates with the orchestration of daily lives, filled with emotions, connections, and public performances that are undeniably human. You can almost touch the fabric of this reality, feeling it pulse with lively anecdotes and tender whispers that interweave throughout the ages. Visualizing the intimate dynamics of medieval households, it's hard not to chuckle at the absurdity of the sleeping arrangements. Picture a rickety bed shoved into a corner of a dimly lit room, adorned with colorful but worn textiles, where even the slightest creak echoes like dramatic thunder. You smirk as you imagine one half of a couple attempting to sneak away for a secret rendezvous, only to be met with a flurry of disapproving glares from their astutely observing relatives. Each eye a reminder that even in intimacy, you are never truly alone. In contrast to this often awkward domesticity, you find solace in the bustling marketplaces, where courtship thrives under the watchful gaze of townsfolk. The camaraderie of daily life facilitates open expressions of affection, with lovers boldly engaging in playful quarrels and heartwarming glances. You can almost hear the laughter slicing through the air, a song accompanying the vibrant displays of fruits, flowers, and fresh-baked goods. Each connection blossoms under the sun's warmth, emphasizing that the medieval idea of love and intimacy is an invitation to celebrate life in all its splendid forms. And then you ponder the paradox of marriage, not simply bound by love, but often reduced to a bundle of alliances and financial contracts. This transactional nature elevates a broader discussion about the possibilities of intimacy, making you wonder if the absence of romantic expectations cultivated a sense of camaraderie among couples. Historians continue to argue whether a lack of love in these unions created deeper companionship, or if it merely led to ennui. You giggle at the curious idea that perhaps some couples, instead of finding solace in each other's arms, may have simply found shared grievances in a lack of passion. As you contemplate this further, the omnipresence of the Church looms deeply, establishing doctrines and boundaries around love, sin, and virtue. Amidst these stone walls lies a spirited struggle between desire and piety, where the nuances of love found an unlikely platform for expression. Imagine priests standing resolute, sermonizing against the backdrop of whispered rumors about clandestine romances, metaphorically tossing roses and thorns amidst crowds, while trying to hold onto both moral authority and undeniable human truths. You might just hear a priest solemnly advising a lover, "Be as virtuous as a knight, but twice as cautious." In stark contrast to this dichotomy, the ideals of chivalry thrive, painting the image of noble knights whose hearts are as flamboyant as their decorative armor. Their extravagant quest to secure their beloved's affections are performed under watchful eyes, transforming every romantic overture into a public spectacle. You can picture the jubilant atmosphere surrounding knightly tournaments, where valor meets a love-laden air. Yet within these displays of affection, the vulnerability of human relationships often remained masked by the grandeur, posing an ongoing question about what true love even looked like amid society's expectations. Within towns, gossip flourished like wildflowers in the fields, especially targeting those who dared to tread the line of propriety. As you break into soft laughter, you vividly imagine village women exchanging tales over baskets of fresh produce, dissecting the intimate lives of their neighbors with bemusement, as if they were discussing the latest fashion trends. Their whispers traveled quicker than wildfire, dispensing stories cloaked in intrigue under the sun's warming rays. What was once a secret rendezvous could easily transform into a public event, spiced up with lively interpretation, transforming intimacy into enterprising discourse. Yet, on wild festival nights and joyous gatherings, you find a refreshing freedom, the vibrant embodiment of community spirit that pulses through the air, liberating emotions in grand displays of merriment. Amidst the clamor of drums, vibrant costumes whirl around, embodying the uninhibited expressions of love, life, and, yes, even lust. Imagine being swept into the colorful chaos of it all, dancing alongside couples celebrating fertility and community, unashamedly engaging in joyous intimacy, wrapped in laughter and vigor. As the haze of festivals brightens your imagination, you cannot overlook the artistic portrayals of love that encapsulated the essence of the medieval world. Through tales spun in elaborate verse and painted narratives that adorned castle walls, you discover a landscape where intimacy takes a front seat. Envisioning bards flaunting their poetic prowess, you hear their dulcet tones swimming through sunny taverns, enticing listeners to gather around for a taste of intrigue and romance. Amid laughter and flirtations, each story offers an invitation to unveil the complexities of human connection through a blurred lens of escapism and reality. The stark presence of brothels weaves a separate thread into this intricate narrative tapestry, offering glimpses of intimacy that contrast with the reverent notions of love and marriage. These establishments burgeon with life and stories, facilitating encounters where people seek companionship rather than judgment. You visualize brightly lit doorways adorned with floral arrangements and laughter spilling into the streets, where the alchemy of human experience mingles freely. The camaraderie of shared stories offers a reprieve from society's often stifling norms, inviting connection in unexpected forms. As you engage with the medical ideas surrounding sexuality, you land in a humorous space, contemplating the peculiar beliefs of medieval practitioners, with remedies promising to ignite passion and revitalize intimacy. You can already feel the merriment brewing as concoctions not only made their way into the hands of lovers, but also fueled the imaginations of 1,000 side-splitting anecdotes. Imagining a physician, complete with spectacles teetering on the edge of his nose, proclaiming that a sprinkle of this potion will turn you into a love magnet. You chuckle at the whimsical realities where fantasy and knowledge floundered side by side. The intertwining expectations of gender create a dance as complex as any romance novel. Men adorned themselves with power and authority, securing their roles as decision-makers, while women navigated the latent intricacies of society's demands. You lean in, recognizing that the push and pull of these roles created perspectives that constantly shifted, likening it to an intricate and sometimes frustrating duet, where each partner holds the rhythm to the performance. As the shadow of mortality looms, especially amid events like the Black Death that carved their way through the lives of this medieval society, you wonder how the fragility of life elevated the importance of human connection. Intimacy blossomed amongst uncertainty, as fear and loss created an urgency for bonding. Picture townsfolk walking through eerily deserted streets, but finding pockets of solace in collective experiences. A reflection of humanity that endures even through despair. Historians still argue about the dual nature of such an awakening, whether it forged deeper bonds or unleashed newfound freedom to explore love uninhibited by fear. And within the greater tapestry lies the complexity of same-sex relationships, an often overshadowed realm beckoning exploration. Witnessing love that defies societal norms, you stumble upon hidden narratives implanted within the folds of history, sharing moments that spark intrigue while discreetly slipping through the cracks of moral expectations. You envision gatherings of kindred spirits discreetly celebrating their connections beneath starlit skies, stealing time away from scrutinizing eyes. As narratives converge, you realize that love, while transformed through the ages, is a tireless force that simply won't be tamed. As you synthesize these colorful strokes of history painting images before you, you appreciate how the intricate dance of love and intimacy continues, tracing a clear line from the medieval past into the present. In moments of joy and moments of sorrow, togetherness triumphs over the vast challenges life presents. Each connection brings forward a rhythm, a heartbeat that once resonated within the medieval landscape. You realize that while centuries have distinguished our lives from theirs, all that existed is still whispered through time on the winds of humanity. With this understanding, your thoughts begin to quiet, gently cascading into a soothing reflection as the medieval world settles within you. You embrace the fluidity of connection, the realization that intimacy evolves, flourishes, and morphs over time, yet stays persistently human. Life, vibrant and unpredictable, shaped the experiences people shared. You rest in this wisdom, knowing intimacy is a dance far richer than mere definition, filled with moments of joy, bittersweet unfolding, and an undeniable unity among human hearts. As night casts its gentle veil across the world, you surrender to the gentle conclusion of this journey through the ages. Feeling at peace with the intricate tapestries told through laughter and whispers that span centuries, in this understanding, you find warmth, knowing that the essence of love ignites in ways that go beyond the banalities of life, intertwining with the very heart of existence itself. As those ages fade like the soft glow of candlelight, you feel embraced by the stories of those who navigated their desires across time. A gentle reminder that human connection will always have its place, nestled deep within our shared history, as soft and delicate as the hearts that dare to embrace. As you draw closer to the satisfying conclusion of this journey, A tranquil stillness envelops you, inviting you to reflect on the resonance of medieval life with the rhythms of your own modern world. With each layer peeled back, you find a tapestry rich with vibrant experiences, impetuous love stories, and heart-wrenching dilemmas that reincarnate in today's lives. This winding path of intimacy woven through history reveals that although contexts change, the essence of connection weaves through human existence like a constant melody, alluring, complex, and ever-present. Imagine yourself walking through a quaint medieval village now, each cobbled stone beneath your feet echoing stories of love and companionship from generations past. It's as if every home reverberates with laughter, tears, and secrets shared behind closed doors. The vivid imagery of crowded markets and shared spaces reminds you that moments of intimacy were rarely confined to the quiet hush of privacy. Instead, public life thrived on connection, revealing a raw beauty in the way communities bonded through shared lives, intertwined destinies, and the vibrant theatre of existence. The coexistence of families, friends, and even livestock within domestic spaces takes on a strange warmth as you muse over those times. There was an unintentional camaraderie fostered amidst the chaos, laughter that erupted when multiple generations shuffled together with their ebbs and flows of communal life. While privacy could be an elusive dream, you find solace in knowing that intimacy flourished in ways that resiliently persisted against the backdrop of day-to-day existence. A small chuckle escapes you as you visualize a couple sneaking a moment together, only to be interrupted by a curious goat wandering in. How hilariously awkward. Navigating the currents of courtship becomes a fascinating journey, where love was rendered audaciously visible in bustling marketplaces alive with vibrant connections. The flirtatious exchanges dance spiritedly in your mind, with lovers showcasing their affections in every corner. You envision a lively spring fair, where couples steal kisses amid the laughter of children, vibrantly colored banners swaying in the breeze. Each humorous glance exchanged says more than words could ever voice, echoing through the revelry a universal truth. Intimacy resides in joyful moments, just as much as it does in whispers. Yet, juxtaposed against this whirl of romantic gestures, lies the stark reality of marriage, often optimized for social and economic purposes, rather than the sweet nectar of lovers' dreams. The idea of unions predicated on business and alliances brings a thoughtful pause to the narrative, causing you to wonder about the lives constructed under such frameworks. Historians still argue whether the evolution of companionship within these commitments bore a paradox of emotional growth or merely a sense of duty. But amidst this debate, you can't help but align with both perspectives. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a medley of tolerance and understanding where affection may still bloom, even in the most rigid circumstances. As you glide through entrenched societal norms, you are met with the powerful influence of the Church, a fixture that wielded profound authority over matters of love, passion, and desire. You can almost picture the solemn faces of priests navigating the delicate terrain between guiding moral decay and understanding the palpable humanity lurking below their sermons. What irony it must have been for them to wed virtue with the very acts they preached against. The laughter rises once more as you envision a priest inhaling deeply before delivering his thoughtful homily about the seductive nature of sin, while secretly harboring his own mundane desires. Chivalry makes its quiet entrance too, an enticing mask worn by knights whose noble quest disguise the very real, vulnerable hearts contained within their armor. You contemplate both the grandeur and the awkwardness of their pursuits, these brave souls striding forth in pursuit of glory and affection, while painfully aware of society's gaze. They were actors in an elaborate play, engaging in a duet of loyalty and longing, navigating the precarious waters where passion and virtue collided with uproarious potential. You imagine knights rehearsing their lines ahead of time, nervously adjusting their breastplates, a sight both noble and amusing. As whispers roll through the towns, gossip acts as both a societal glue and an ever-looming spectre, a curiosity that transcends time. You can almost hear the thrilling gasps and laughter as townsfolk conjure tales over ale and bread, turning secrets into melodrama. The transformation of trust into entertainment showcases the delicate balance between vulnerability and the relentless rumor mill. Wherein a scandal could elevate a commoner's name to notoriety or dissolve into mere background noise. Picture the drama of Lady Amalia's secret rendezvous becoming the talk of the town, each whisper adding another layer to the cloak of intrigue. Brightly lit festivals and raucous celebrations fulfill their role as a counterpoint to the intimate struggles within darker corners. Here lies the beauty of life, a joyful explosion erupting through song, dance, and revelry, uniting those in search of joy amid uncertainty. As you feel the rhythmic drums pulsate in your imagination, you savor the intoxicating sense of freedom that filled the air, an experience where love, laughter, and passion found their truest expressions unadulterated by societal constraints. Imagine being swept away in the energy of a midsummer's festival, laughter intertwining harmoniously with the echoing voices of merriment, signaling the joyful banishment of judgment. You arrive at the crossroads where art and expression weave together to create a vivid portrayal of intimacy. These artists catapult emotions to the forefront of life, draping their stories in passionate brushstrokes, inspiring collective admiration and awakening desire among listeners. Their poignant tales resonating through time, you no longer merely see stories unfold, but become part of an immersive experience, connecting hearts to tales that capture human experience. How enchanting it must have been to witness humanity encapsulated in moments of artistic brilliance. Delving deeper, the brothels, colourful places alive with laughter and stories, whisper intriguing tales of unguarded intimacy. The allure of these places reminds you that human relationships are ever fluid, with romance shedding its constraints to find refuge within those secretive spaces. You can almost hear the camaraderie spilling forth, each exchange enfolding vulnerability and warmth against a backdrop of laughter and shared stories. Imagine a lively exchange punctuated by playful banter, a scene that captures the essence of fleeting yet meaningful connections, each moment an invitation to engage, experience, and share. Within the realm of medicine, the discussions surrounding sex and health bring a humorous pause as you picture physicians huddled in dim light, debating ways to stimulate passion while accidentally mooring their curiosities in outlandish remedies. The comical image of men in robes engaged in serious discussions presents such a vivid picture that it's hard not to chuckle at how far we've come, where remedies blend knowledge and eccentricity in charming concoctions rumored to ignite desire. You can't help but wonder, how did they come up with the idea that a little black cat's whisker would be the key to a thriving romance? As the intricate dance continues around gender norms, you're reminded of the complex nature of expectations that shaped existence. While men wore the mantle of economic control, women skillfully navigated the chessboard of societal demands, often expressing resilience in moments of quiet defiance. The nuanced balance of power highlights how each gender wrestled with dual identities that oscillated between expectation and hope. It's easy to imagine moments where both parties cross paths, meeting in shared vulnerability, creating alliances forged through the fires of necessity and emotional understanding. You finally arrive at the profound impact of crises upon human connection as the spectre of the Black Death forces communities into a tight embrace in the face of loss. You sense the bold urgency of souls seeking warmth amidst great uncertainty, reaffirming that human attachment remains an unbroken thread woven through life's unyielding cycles. The laughter mingled with tears becomes a testament to humanity's resilience, a recognition that even amid tumult, connection shines through as one of life's greatest treasures. Historians may continue to debate how such crises transformed relationships, but you recognize that moments of communion emerged when they were needed most. Then you reflect on the intricacies surrounding same-sex relationships, where love's endurance often transcended societal expectations. With each whisper and glance, you see undeniable connections flourish through hidden narratives that demand recognition. Imagine a secret gathering where those daring enough to love beyond the confines of societal norms find solace in the moonlight. They share stolen moments away from prying eyes, their hearts convening together amid the night's soft embrace. The dance of passion knows no bounds, slipping effortlessly through the seams of expectation, woven into narrow definitions of love. With every thread woven into this narrative, you begin to see an unbreakable chain of human connection emerging. You immerse yourself in these stories, breathing life into each intersection where intimacy evolves, adapts, and persists across differences of time and place. As the weight of time settles gently upon you, you find comfort in knowing that the lessons of those who came before us continue to ripple through our modern world, reminding you of the beauty inherent within the search for connection. Each heartbeat resonating with the pulse of humanity. The moments of affection, laughter, and shared experiences reflect back at you, guiding your thoughts toward the possibilities threaded within your own life. A sense of quiet satisfaction washes over you as you draw in the shimmering quilt of history, recognizing how the spectrum of intimacy remains both universal and entirely unique. As twilight descends upon your journey through the ages, a gentle serenity blankets you, whispering softly that love, in all its iterations, remains a powerful force unyielding to the passing tides of time. And as you find yourself nestled within the warmth of this understanding, drifting slightly into the quiet of contemplation, you feel a sense of peace wash over you. The stories of intimacy, entangled in history and human connection, offer a narrative as rich and layered as the very fabric of life itself. And beneath it all, the threads of kindness, vulnerability, and laughter weave an enduring testament to the essence of being human. Here, in this tranquil embrace, you surrender to the echoes of the past, your heart resonating with the gentle reminder that, indeed, intimacy, flawed and beautiful, constitutes the core of what it means to live, to love, and to simply be. As you settle deeper into this reflective space, allowing the resonance of the medieval tapestry to wrap around you, you become increasingly attuned to the human experience that transcends the ages. The stories of love, intimacy, and connection echo within you, gently guiding your thoughts into the richness of everyday life from centuries gone by. It's as if you can hear the murmur of voices that once roamed those cobbled streets, their laughter lingering in the twilight air, and feel the warmth that flickered in households where intimacy was both a necessity and a performance. You find yourself transported back to the heart of the village, where life bustled amid the rhythm of seasons. Each family shares the echoes of dreams, desires, and even secrets that extend beyond the walls of their homes. Those modest spaces that often served as the backdrop for the most intimate moments. Picture a warm, cozy kitchen where the aroma of bread baking fills the air, laughter erupting sporadically as kids tumble in and out like little whirlwinds. Here, you ponder how this seemingly chaotic atmosphere nurtured connections, where every mix-up or heart-to-heart contributed to the fabric of a community accustomed to embracing both awkwardness and warmth. Now, as you reflect on the transparent expressions of affection in bustling markets, your heart flutters at the thought of courtships unfolding amid stalls brimming with vibrant goods. The playful banter, exchanged glances, and shared jokes create a vibrant symphony of human emotion, somewhere between charmingly romantic and wonderfully absurd, where missteps become delightful moments crafted into fond memories. You can almost picture a young couple knotted in infatuation, fumbling their way through conversations filled with endearing laughter, every accidental brush of hands igniting a spark of unexpected intimacy. This mingling of public and private emotions also draws you into the undeniable complexities of marriage. Those unions, so often arranged for social or economic gain, highlight an era where romantic love may have been viewed as a desirable extra rather than a fundamental requirement. You ponder what these relationships revealed about the potential for emotional bonding amid the rigid structures. Could a companionship born out of necessity evolve into something deeply meaningful? With laughter tugging at the corners of your lips, you imagine one couple, after years navigating life together, slowly beginning to grow fond of each other amidst the mundanity. A warm but certainly gradual realization akin to, "Oh, you actually don't drive me completely bonkers after all." As your journey unfolds, the power of the Church's influence resonates clearly, a dual force shaping perceptions of love and morality in medieval society. You envision the dedicated priests, piety stretching through their fingers as they clutch their sacred texts, standing firm against the surging tide of human desire. Imagine a seasoned priest passionately warning his congregation about vices, casting knowing glances toward individuals within the crowd as if silently weighing their unspoken cravings. It's almost comedic to consider the tension between fervent ideals and the very human encounters that shaped lives beyond the confines of religious dogma. Alongside the Church's heavy influence emerges the gallant world of chivalry, where knights dressed in armor battled against the clutches of adversity while vying for affection. You visualize the pomp and circumstance surrounding tournaments, knights ingrained with the notion that displays of valor and romantic gestures were essential to secure the heart they sought. Their grand pursuits, as magnificent as they were, often concealed the fragility of the very emotions they sought to portray. You can almost hear a knight rehearsing his sweet nothings, nervously pacing under the stars. How do I tell her I love her without sounding like a complete fool? As laughter dances through your imagination, the lively chatter of gossip surfaces, breathing life into the social dynamics that defined personal interactions. Picture the cozy corners of taverns, where villagers gathered around wooden tables, animated conversations punctuated by laughter and the clinking of mugs. It's here that secrets morphed into public knowledge, a narrative spun alive with exaggeration as stories of forbidden romances wheeled like wildfire through the tight-knit community. You chuckle lightly at the thought of a scrappy rumor making its rounds. Did you hear about the baker's daughter and her not-so-secret meeting with the smithy? I hear they're needing more than just dough. Dance your way through the feasts and festivals, overflowing with jubilance and exuberance. Imagine the vibrancy of each celebration, a riot of color sweeping through the streets where people revel in joy, a stark contrast to the private struggles of daily life. Amid the cacophony, love finds its place, blossoming amidst the intoxication of festivity and laughter. You can hear the beat of drums and the cadence of music, wrapping around you like a warm embrace, inviting everyone to partake in the rich tapestry of collective joy. One moment transforming into another, merging lives with delightful abandon. And in the artistic portrayals of this world, you discover a landscape where intimacy becomes celebrated and immortalized through creativity. The artists and bards, spirited observers casting their nets to catch fleeting moments, embody the essence of humanity in their evocations of love, loss, and everything in between. In this realm, each stroke of the brush tells a story. Every note played becomes an aria of emotion, resonating through the hearts of those who dare to dream. You drift comfortably within this space, feeling the thrill of storytelling pave the path for connecting lives across centuries. Every word an invitation to relish being human. As you peer beyond the captivating arts, your thoughts glide toward brothels, lively havens where intimacy, often intertwined with companionship, distinct from mainstream society. These spaces pulse with vibrancy, breeding an atmosphere where the laughter and warmth of shared tales replace the chains of judgment. You can almost hear the camaraderie, the connections blooming like wildflowers in a sun-drenched field. Every encounter brims with the burgeoning possibility of friendship, where each smile exchanged breathes a sense of belonging, a reminder that human beings, by nature, have a very palpable need for connection. And then you cannot resist the urge to laugh as you bring to mind the comical anecdotes surrounding medical discussions of sex, a realm where science seems to intertwine seamlessly with myths and oddities. You envision learned men exchanging heated debates about the best herbs to stir the embers of love, raising playful eyebrows among their peers as they attempted to make sense of the human's unrelenting quest for intimacy. Picture one excited physician proclaiming with zest, "Have you heard? The secret ingredient to passion is bottled thunder. One drop and you'll be hooked." The absurdity tickles your funny bone, creating a vibrant scene where humor meets desire, as if every experiment and inquiry is infused with a sense of whimsy, reminding you that the human spirit is resilient and imaginative. As you dive into the dynamics surrounding gender, you sense the pulse of expectation fusing identities into complex roles. Each day presents an intricate choreography, men asserting authority, while women quietly navigate through the societal dance floor, shaping their own journeys amidst the swirling tides. You lean back, acknowledging how these intricacies breathe life into relationships, how every day served to mold emotional intelligence as both genders bravely crossed paths, navigating the battlefield of connection with a touch of humor and grace. You journey toward the somber past marked by calamities like the Black Death, recognizing how mortality brings a poignant reminder of the urgency behind human attachment. Amid pain and loss, there remains an undeniable drive for connection, an awakening that perseveres even in the darkest moments. Picture townsfolk gathering in twilight, seeking warmth in shared stories, creating bonds that blossom into lifelines amidst the unrelenting tide of despair. Historians still debate whether such experiences deepened affection or unlocked newfound freedoms. But in their struggles, you find that humans possess an incredible resilience, forging roots of connection against formidable odds. Finally, as you reflect on same-sex relationships, a realm often beset by secrecy and complexity, You're inspired by the courage of those who dared to love beyond the expectations of society. Within the shadows, there flourished connections that, while clandestine, carried the weight of deep passion. You visualize gatherings of soft laughter shared under starlit blankets, stolen kisses in hidden alcoves, all vibrant tales lost to the pages of time waiting to be uncovered. This revelation brings a gentle smile to your lips, reminding you of love's incomparable ability to transcend societal limitations and express itself in myriad forms. And as these narratives converge into an elegant tapestry of human connections, the themes emerge: love's resilience, vulnerability's strength, and the ever-persistent need to connect. The stories swirl around you like the vibrant hues of sunset, each moment a reminder that intimacy weaves a magnificent thread through the fabric of existence. The laughter, the longing, and the shared experiences create a sense of belonging that knits together past and present. Embracing this profound realization, you allow the warmth of history to settle comfortably within you, nurturing the recognition that love, in all its glorious forms, continues to thrive no matter the landscape of time. As thoughts wane and peace settles over you, you breathe in softly, reflecting with gratitude on the connections we forge through understanding, compassion, and the willingness to embrace one another as we navigate this world together. As dusk envelops the day, you recognize this beautiful journey isn't merely a recounting of a time gone by. It is an ode to the unyielding spirit of humanity that continuously seeks connection amidst life's intricate dance. You hold tight to the knowledge that, while our circumstances may differ from those medieval lives, the essential quest for deep and meaningful engagement remains a timeless pursuit. Now, as your thoughts begin to drift into a soft lull, you feel a gentle reminder echo through your heart. Love is an eternal force, binding us all across the expanses of time, history, and the vibrancy of shared moments that make life remarkable. And in this quiet acceptance, you surrender to the tender embrace of all those stories, letting go as you nestle further into a final embrace of warmth and peace, with the whispers of history carrying you softly into the arms of sweet dreams. As the soothing cadence of the past eases into the gentle embrace of present tranquility, you find yourself drifting in a space that feels both timeless and vivid, a serene moment enveloped in the rich tapestry of human intimacy. The aromas of that medieval village still linger in your imagination, evoking warmth and comfort as you contemplate the swirling narratives of love, connection, and vulnerability that transcend the ages. Each story becomes a thread, binding together generations of seekers who have traversed the complexities of desire and affection, weaving them into the fabric of their lives. Picture a small hank of yarn being spun, each twist representing shared laughter, every loop a memory cherished between loved ones. Just as this yarn finds its purpose, so too do those medieval souls navigating life's turbulent waters shape their destinies through moments of love and connection. The bustling of village life fills your mind, now painted with vibrant strokes of humanity's colorful experience. The locals navigating their existences while harmonizing the public and private realms of their intimate relationships. You can almost hear the mingling sounds of voices in that marketplace, punctuated by the warm clatter of pottery and the excited squeals of children darting between stalls. Amid this joyous chaos, you find that each playful glance exchanged between couples evokes a musicality, a rhythm reflecting a kind of universal understanding that links each participant to the greater whole of existence. It's almost as if you, too, could step into that marketplace, feel the breezes tugging at your clothes, and partake in the dance of affection that unfurled there. Then, as your heart grazes over the idea of marriage within medievality, you cannot help but expand your understanding. Those unions spun from the threads of societal necessity highlight a shared journey where commitment and loyalty, whether nurtured from love or necessity, blended into an intricate narrative. You chuckle softly to yourself, thinking about how these arrangements might bring forth unique emotions, how human connection can arise from mutual respect, camaraderie, and understanding, regardless of the origin of the bond. The image of one couple finding peace with each other's peculiarities brings a smile to your face. Maybe their marriage didn't start off with the blooming of romance, but blossomed into something meaningful through laughter, shared experiences, and the gentle warmth of companionship. You can imagine them sharing evening meals filled with animated conversations and affectionate jabs that bring forth enduring tenderness, bridging their lives together in subtle, beautiful ways that often go unnoticed in the grand narratives. Shifting your thoughts, you contemplate the role of the church as a formidable influence over both love and desire. As you picture the solemn faces of priests giving sermons, casting all too familiar glances towards couples in the congregation, the comical irony sinks in. An institution dedicated to guiding morality, yet well aware of the simmering passions swirling beneath its watch. You can almost hear echoes of laughter from parishioners as they whisper, "That father seems awfully suited for love advice, but maybe he ought to take a seminar on it himself." The chivalric tradition integrates itself into your thoughts, painting a scenario where knights become patrons of romance rather than mere warriors. These gallant figures navigate affairs of the heart with the same fervor they display in battle, leaving you amused as you envision a knight poeticizing his undying affection while desperately fumbles with a bouquet of wildflowers. Picture the enchanting scene where the lady laughs, flattered yet bemused, as the knight bumbles to present his grand gesture among the clang of swords and knights preparing for battle. And amidst this entertaining imagery, you muse over the profound impact of gossip, a heartbeat of shared whispers that place the communal pulse at the center of personal stories. In those taverns, nightly gatherings flutter with excitement as secrets weave themselves throughout conversations, blurring the lines between public and private lives. You enjoy the melodrama that unfolds, knowing that friendships are forged not only through laughter, but also through the intrigue that cloaks the thrill of shared narratives. The juicy tales become a unifying force, rallying villagers together to engage in the very human experience of delighting in one another's lives. Turning your gaze toward the vibrant festivals, you find a liberating atmosphere punctuated by unrestrained joy and connection. Imagine yourself swept into the festivities, dancing along with revelers, every beat echoing the collective heartbeat of those celebrating their lives. The very air around you seems to shimmer with passion, infusing hope and togetherness as festivities burst forth into an explosion of laughter and sentiment. You are enamored with the cheerful abandon, recognizing that these brief moments of revelry strengthen the bonds between lovers, families, and friendships, creating shimmering memories that will resonate across generations. As you delve deeper into the arts of the medieval world, you are struck by the legacy that emerges from the storytellers and creators who captured the essence of love and desire. Their expressive strokes leave trails through history, reminding us that the human experience, a tapestry of both yearning and joy, is best articulated through creativity. You can almost picture the vibrant scenes depicted on canvas or etched into wood, each telling of love's trials and triumphs with a rich emotional depth that still resonates. Exploring the vibrant undercurrents of brothels, you find a realm suffused with warmth, laughter, and connection, revealing spaces often overlooked. In these lively establishments, emotions flourish alongside the exchanges of companionship, evoking a sense of liberation that breaks free from societal constraints. You can hear the vibrant chatter mingling with laughter, an environment that cultivates kinship and community just as much as those shared in the quaint homes of families. Yet even within these joyful exchanges, there's a bittersweet reminder of longing for connection, a testament to the beautiful complexity of humanity. In the realm of medicine, you are amused by the bizarre discussions surrounding love and passion, a fusion of earnest inquiry and misguided remedies. In imaginative reverie, you envision medieval physicians earnestly arguing the merits of a peculiar concoction to ignite desire. Should they recommend powdered rooster comb or a potion infused with lavender? You chuckle at the eccentricity of such methods, reminding yourself that humanity's quest for intimacy often leads us down playful paths fraught with quirky yet endearing intentions. A reminder that the intersection of love and science has often led to delightful misadventures. Gazing at the complex layers of gender dynamics, you recognize their powerful implications in shaping both personal identities and relationships. As men and women navigate expectations in a nuanced dance, you grasp how connection becomes a negotiation of individuality amid tradition, a delicate exchange between conformity and the desire for autonomy. The rich interplay unfurls stories of resilience and adaptability, illuminating the ways in which affection and understanding can bridge gaps, revealing deeper connections forged through perseverance. Finally, you revisit the specter of crises faced by society, especially the haunting reminder of mortality's impact, each heartbreak bringing individuals closer together. The shared vulnerability, cultivated through adversity, manifests the beauty of human connection, how loss can ignite an even greater yearning for togetherness. You imagine those townsfolk gathering, sharing their grief and strength, transforming sorrow into a binding agent that melds hearts through shared experience and deeper understanding. In times of darkness, love illuminates the path, reminding humanity that connection transcends even the fiercest of storms. Contemplating the presence of same-sex relationships, you nod with understanding, appreciating the nuanced narratives that whisper tales of desire often hidden within the folds of history. Those secret meetings and stolen glances become cherished memories intertwined with passion and longing, fleeting yet incredibly poignant moments that break through the barriers imposed by society. You envision affectionate gatherings where love is cherished in hushed tones, echoing through the ages similar to a heart beating softly in synchrony with the world around it. As you savor these reflections, it dawns on you that this journey through history reveals a tapestry woven together by the threads of humanity, rich and complex, filled with stories yearning to be shared, cherished, and celebrated. Each experience adds layers to your understanding, reminding you that the quest for connection spans time and space, and that love in its myriad forms continues to breathe life into the present. Allowing yourself to be cradled in this profound realization, you acknowledge the intricacies that bind lives together, weaving moments of vulnerability, joy, and laughter into a collective experience shared by generations. This intimate exploration provides you with a renewed perspective on the power of love and connection, encapsulating the essence of being human. As you embrace the final echoes of the past reverberating within you, a deep sense of peace washes over you. The warmth of shared experiences and the knowledge that you are among a lineage of storytellers, dreamers, and lovers reminds you that, in the end, the desire for connection is a timeless testament to the depth of our shared humanity, you close your eyes, allowing the comforting embrace of these narratives to carry you gently into a world of dreams, where the laughter of medieval life dances alongside the whispers of your own heart, cradling you into a peaceful slumber, where the stories of intimacy continue to live on. As you sink deeper into the sanctuary of sleep, the vivid narratives woven from medieval times begin to unfold upon the canvas of your dreams. You find yourself walking once again through the cobbled streets of that quaint village, the air filled with the sweet scent of ripe fruit mingling with the earthy aroma of freshly turned soil. Each step resonates with the vibrant echoes of life, a kaleidoscope of human emotion that celebrates love in its many forms. You can almost hear the joyful chatter of villagers woven together in a tapestry of community, creating an enchanting aura that immerses you fully. You wander past the bustling marketplace, and vibrant colors catch your eye. Rich fabrics sway in the light breeze as merchants hawk their wares. You envision the laughter that spills from couples sharing stolen moments, their intimacy punctuated by playful glances and the warmth of affection wrapped in the day's activities. It dawns on you that every hug or kiss exchanged is imbued with deeper meanings, revealing threads of connection that bind them to one another and to the community that surrounds them. As you draw closer to a fountain at the center of the village, you spot an array of families gathered, weaving laughter into a radiant tapestry of shared experiences. The joy radiates from them, spreading like gentle ripples in the water as children play alongside their parents. In this sacred space, you begin to perceive the delicate interplay between private moments and the communal fabric, where the simplest of gestures, a warm embrace or a soft touch, can transform shared spaces into sanctuaries of intimacy. And amid this lively scene, a thoughtful remembrance washes over you. The significance of marriage comes to mind, reflecting the intertwining of duty and companionship that often define these unions. Pairing your musings with the laughter heard around you, you consider how love, so often seen as an added luxury, was woven into the collective narrative of life's many partnerships. A sense of warmth envelops you, possibly ignited by the thought of couples finding kinship, even in the straightforward rhythms of rural life. The sipping of shared wine, the laughter of children, and the quiet acknowledgement that emotional connection can flourish in many forms. As you continue your stroll, the presence of the church invites intrigue, its sturdy structure a constant in the shifting tides of human emotion. You picture the priests milling about, faces lined with resolve as they impart wisdom, and sometimes humor, to the local congregation. Their sermons, although heavy with moral imperative, always carry a knowing glance at the couples seated in the pews, minds filled with unspoken desires. You chuckle softly to yourself, recalling moments when the lace of holiness mingled mischievously with the fabric of humanity. Suddenly, you find yourself transported to a tournament ground, the atmosphere electric with anticipation. Noble knights adorned in their brightest colors prepare to showcase their valor, echoing the romantic ideals of chivalry as they vie for the admiration of their lady loves. You can hear the clashing of swords, the cheers of onlookers, and the exuberant sound of heralds announcing victories, all serving as a dramatic backdrop where love and competition harmonize. In this imagining, you watch a knight declare his affections publicly, grand gestures in the name of love underscoring his romantic valor. It's both thrilling and amusing. As he raises his sword triumphantly, he quips about winning not just battles but hearts. You appreciate the humor of it. As grand as these displays might be, they ultimately reflect humanity's charming tendency to perform love under the scrutinous eyes of society. You wander further into the vibrant life of the village, allowing amusement to carry you to a nearby tavern, where the air is thick with the scent of roasted meat and a hearty crowd. Here, whispers and laughter collide, creating a sense of camaraderie that envelops you as gossip travels like wildfire amongst friends. You hear snippets of secret rendezvous, innocent scandals, and the thrill of new romances blossoming. In this lively environment, you remind yourself that such tales are not merely idle thoughts. They reflect the beautiful interconnectedness of lives shared, their stories shaping the very essence of community. The tavern resonates with joviality as you picture villagers clinking mugs together in celebration, joyfully sharing the most tantalizing stories of new lovers. Of course, you notice the occasional eye roll from those who witness less desirable affairs, the exasperated whispers telling of love gone awry. Yet even in such folly, you find humor, understanding that the vibrancy of life often emerges from the delightful chaos where hearts are laid bare. In this enchanting web of interactions, the landscape allows for a thorough exploration of festivals that serve as communal lodestones. You hear the lively drum beats urging villagers to dance and join in the vibrant celebrations that ultimately bind communities closer together. Through bold dance, extravagant floats, and music that echoes through the night, love thrives unabashed under the stars, with every twirl and every sway channeling the energy of connection. Amid the whirl of festivities, shared laughter transforms strangers into confidants, as couples indulge in the intoxication of merriment and romance. And now, tempered with warmth, you greet the art that captures the essence of intimacy, a profound reflection of love experienced through the eye of the artist. You can feel the creative energy reverberating, love breathing life into every frame, every movement captured on canvas. The joy of artistic expression inspires you, each painter or bard acting as a conduit, breathing humanity into every brushstroke or lyric. Vivid scenes unfold before you, merging timeless stories with the pulsing heart of creativity. Here, love is immortalized, rightfully celebrated. Drifting further, you find yourself in a corner of the past, where different forms of intimacy emerge from the shadows, where brothels hum with life, laughter, and every shade of connection that exists outside societal conventions. It's a realm where vulnerability fosters warmth, and where humanity embraces its light and dark sides equally. You enter this space, every exchange bursting forth with humanity's longing for companionship, every moment a breath of shared desire, a removed space yet filled with understanding. And consider how the debates of medicine dance playfully, juxtaposing earnest inquiry with whimsy. You visualize earnest physicians in spirited discussions over absurd remedies for igniting passion, creating the perfect mix of science and folklore that transcends time. The overarching absurdity tickles your imagination as you fantasize about the next sensational blend meant to ignite the flames of love. A pinch of basil and a whisper of moonlight. You imagine one enthusiastically proclaims, "What a delightful notion." As you step once more into the dynamics of gender in this world, you see the intricate intertwining of roles shaping the dance of life. Each partner plays their part, a delicate balance of strength and tenderness, striving for connection amid societal expectations. You witness moments of creativity and resilience, heartily enabling tenderness woven into relationships, hinting at the duality facing every endeavor. And finally, you circle back to ponder mortality's presence, lingering inspirited yet heavy, guiding people into deeper connections during the darkest of times. You sense how shared grief illuminates the importance of love, forging a profound acknowledgement of vulnerability and urgency. It speaks volumes of humanity's capacity for togetherness, highlighting the extraordinary bonds formed in the face of adversity, where every embrace shared becomes an indelible testimony to the power of connection, where the human spirit flourishes despite turbulent winds. In following your thoughts, you shift towards same-sex relationships, finding hidden narratives humming softly in the background. The resilient act of love thriving even in secrecy. You perceive the beauty of hidden connections with every shared smile amidst the shadows. You envision gatherings glowing quietly, love flourishing under the veil of night, embodying the deep courage and tenderness that blossoms in moments taken underground. As you wade through all these vibrant scenes from the past, a profound clarity settles within you, recognizing a truth that binds them all together. Each story, each experience, ripples through time, underscoring a collective desire for love, companionship, and connection. The past invites you to embrace the myriad forms of intimacy that humanity has offered up across generations, illuminating the heart of our shared existence. Now, a sense of calm envelops you as the echoes of the past become part of your own narrative. You feel aligned with those who have walked the path of connection. Let their stories be woven into the very fabric of your understanding. The warmth of those tales courses through your veins, reminding you that love, the universal language spoken across time, remains the poignant glue that binds humanity, creating a world filled with rich, colorful experiences that persist beyond the confines of ordinary perception. As this restful journey unfurls toward its gentle conclusion, you embrace the comforting realization that intimacy transcends boundaries, evolving in rhythm with the pulse of life itself. You find peace in knowing that these echoes will continue their dance through your heart and weave their way into your life, reminding you that love in all its forms is constants for which we search, celebrate, and cherish in our fleeting days. Deep within that understanding, you feel a gentle sense of release, allowing the echoes of history to guide you toward rest. Resting easy in the knowledge that each heartbeat symbolizes the timeless quest for love, an age-old pursuit to unite souls, share laughter, and create a community where intimacy shines brightly. Letting these stories cradle you, you slowly yield to the warmth of dreams. A peaceful journey awaits, cradled in the ethereal light, where ancient hearts beat in tandem with your own. As you surrender further to the embrace of dreams, the vivid tapestry of the medieval world envelops you, transforming into a canvas suffused with warmth and the essence of human connection. You drift through the trails of shared laughter, secret rendezvous, and profound understandings, feeling the reverberations of love that have echoed across time, reminding you that intimacy has always been a cherished part of the human experience. In this ethereal realm, you wade through the intimate dynamics of the marketplace once again. The lively clamor of voices fills your ears, each note underscoring the camaraderie of everyday life. The clinking of pottery, the calls of merchants peddling their wares, and the harmonious laughter spiraling through the air. You can almost feel the warm sunlight bathing your skin as you walk among the villagers, their diverse stories weaving together into a rich fabric of community. Every turn reveals a new encounter, underscored by shared smiles and gentle gestures of affection that nurture the bonds between neighbors and lovers alike. You pause to observe a couple standing at a fruit stall, their hands brushing gently as they select the ripest apples, their eyes sparkling with mischief and delight. In their laughter, you hear echoes of promises whispered beneath the stars, a testament to simplicity yet profound intimacy woven into their daily lives. You grasp the significance of these shared moments, the brief but tender exchanges that transform the ordinary into something extraordinary, reinforcing the idea that love exists in both grand gestures and simple acts of connection. The image of a potter at work catches your eye next, a skilled artisan shaping clay into beautiful vessels, while a young girl watches in awe, captivated by the process. You feel a surge of affection as you realize that the art of creation is much like the dynamics of love. It requires patience, understanding, and a gentle touch to shape something meaningful. It becomes clear that love, like clay, can be molded and transformed, and the relationships forged here are often no different, crafted over time with care and dedication. As you wander deeper into the village, the sturdy presence of the church emerges again, its stone walls gleaming in the sunlight. Here, the paradox of love and doctrine intertwines, seamlessly blending faith and humanity. You imagine the faces of worshippers kneeling in prayer, their hearts filled with yearning and humility, listening attentively to the priests as they impart wisdom cloaked in tradition, yet connected by the threads of human emotion. They address the joy of companionship and the challenges that come with it, offering guidance as they weave together the sacred and secular, illuminating the complexities of love with their teachings. Your thoughts drift back to chivalric ideals, inviting you to envision a grand tournament where knights clad in shining armor display their valor not just in battle, but in pursuit of love. You can almost hear the rousing cheers from the excited crowd as each knight valiantly fights not just for victory, but for the adoration of the lady who holds his heart. In moments of triumph, these knights become embodiments of romantic idealism, channels of devotion echoing in every clash of swords. You find yourself smiling at the vibrant spectacle, recognizing that their quest, though often ceremonious, encapsulates the essence of longing and desire that transcends time. Drawing ever nearer to the tavern once more, you bask in the vibrant atmosphere of community gathering, where joyous noise and warm laughter envelop everyone within. Old friends, young lovers, and determined travelers share stories amidst the flickering flames of candles, each tale echoing with laughter. Your heart swells as you listen in on the collective excitement, the gossip and speculation surrounding the latest romances and potential scandals, a delightful blend of humanity that fuels this shared experience as they revel in each other's lives. Through the haze of merriment, you catch sight of two folks sharing a moment, their connection palpable even amidst the raucous celebrations. They lean toward each other, lost in conversation, while the world around them blurs momentarily. It's an intimate portrait of human connection, unguarded and tender. You can't help but reflect on how love thrives in unexpected places, subtly reminding you that every shared glance or heartfelt smile, regardless of the context, serves to deepen the bonds we form. The festivals draw your attention once again, the fervent celebrations that signal community unity and shared joy. You can almost hear the sounds of music filling the air, resonating with lively rhythms that entrain heartbeats and lift spirits. The atmosphere hums with excitement as you envision villagers dancing hand in hand, their movements fluid and free, embodying the very essence of affection celebrated publicly. It strikes you that joy can be as powerful a catalyst for connection as sorrow, creating a flourishing exchange of love within the warmth of companionship. Your imagination drifts to the artistic expressions surrounding love in this medieval tapestry, each brushstroke telling stories filled with passion and longing. You picture artists capturing moments of brief intimacy on their canvases, rendering love tangible yet ephemeral. The beauty of their craft lies not only in the art itself, but also in how it solidifies a feeling meant to transcend time. Reminders that resonate through the ages, speaking to the desires that weave through every soul. Each painting, sculptural form, or poetic verse that emerges from this period becomes a testament to the myriad forms love can take, a celebration of human experience that resonates deeply in your heart. Scents of roasted meat and spiced wine waft into your senses as you approach brothels, lively domains where intimacy flourishes far from the scrutiny of everyday life. You immerse yourself in this world, where laughter punctuates each exchange and a sense of camaraderie becomes palpable. Here, affection often seeks refuge in clandestine corners, revealing another dimension of love that embraces humanity's multifaceted nature. You can hear the joyous conversations intermingle with flirtation and anticipation, a vivid portrayal of desires entwined, reflecting a yearning for connection that persists regardless of societal constraints. Turning your mind toward the humorous blends of medieval medicine, you smile at the absurdity of past remedies formulated to ignite passions. Picture earnest medical scholars earnestly arguing about various concoctions, from powdered roots to herbal mixtures, each one reflecting a unique blend of science and folk remedies. You chuckle at the absurdity of it all, imagining the weight of exaggerated claims exchanged among these learned men. This elixir will guarantee love at first sip. It emphasizes how humanity's search for intimacy mingles with the quirks of exploration and misunderstanding. Stepping into the vastly complex dynamics of gender, you begin to appreciate the layers of struggle and strength that define relationships. The ever-evolving ideals portray how the balance of power affects both lives, delineating paths of courage and vulnerability as individuals navigate expectations. Yet, within this realm, you find that love often serves as a transformative force, pulling people close to one another, bridging divides born of tradition, and bringing forth untold resilience. You intuitively grasp that the quest for connection transcends barriers, opening hearts to new possibilities that further deepen the human experience. As you embrace the echoes of mortality, the spectre of loss lingers softly. You consider how shared grief can illuminate the most profound aspects of the human experience, unveiling a yearning for connection that flourishes amid despair. Moments become even more significant when viewed through the lens of shared vulnerability, urging you to cherish those fleeting experiences and embrace the depth of love found in life's precious fragility. This realization fosters gratitude within you, giving weight to every bond forged through the trials of life, forever transforming the tapestry of your shared existence. Finally, as you drift further into the complexities of same-sex relationships, you sense the strength of hidden bonds that resisted the edicts of society. Love, in its most secretive forms, often thrives in the quiet corners of the world. The vibrant connections are fueled by longing and desires that unify those willing to embrace their truth. You envision gatherings illuminated by candlelight, hushed whispers shared beneath the stars, intimacy that, though concealed, expresses a rich tapestry of love's endurance in defiance of society's limitations. In this delightful exploration of medieval intimacy, a profound clarity floods your spirit, unveiling a tapestry woven by countless individuals seeking love, companionship, and connection. Whether showcased through shared laughter, whispered secrets, or joyful celebrations, these experiences become seamlessly interconnected, highlighting the beauty of humanity's quest for closeness. as your thoughts begin to settle, you bask in the warmth of understanding that permeates your being. Love, in all its complexities and forms, remains the undercurrent of life, calling us to embrace one another through our shared struggles and joys. You feel at ease, knowing that the stories you've traversed through time carry with them lessons that resonate in your own life, gently reinforcing the undeniable truth that intimacy remains a timeless pursuit, evolving and growing yet resilient through the ages. With a deep breath, you release any lingering thoughts as you feel yourself gently cradled by the night's embrace. The stories of love dance around you like shimmering stars illuminating the darkness, whispering their age-old wisdom into your consciousness. Every heartbeat a reminder of the timeless experience threaded through the very essence of being. As you drift deeper into the realms of slumber, you allow these connections to wrap around you, cradling you within their warmth, ready to carry you into the next chapter of dreams, where love continues to flourish, crafting moments yet to be written in the annals of time. As you float serenely into the depths of your dreams, the world around you transforms into a vivid landscape where medieval echoes meld seamlessly with the fabric of your imagination. Visions of the quaint village dance around you, each memory fragrant with the sweet sense of life's simple pleasures, poignant with the human experiences that have transcended centuries. You feel as if you're caught in a gentle wave, a current flowing through the narratives of those who lived with so much heart long before you arrived. You find yourself wandering through the marketplace again, where the energy of life buzzes like a bustling hive. The vibrancy of color spills out from every stall. Ripe fruits, fragrant herbs, and woven textiles display a rainbow of diversity, catching your eye as you drift among the crowd. You pause to observe interactions unfold, couples sharing laughter and banter amidst the clamor of voices, their connection weaving threads of intimacy that are palpable even in this vibrant chaos. In this lively tableau, you can almost hear their playful exchanges echoing in the air, a sweet melody that celebrates the beauty of human connection. Turning your gaze to a cornucopia of activities, you spot a group of children playing nearby, their laughter ringing brightly as they chase one another in gleeful abandon. Their innocent joy connects deeply, stirring your heart and reminding you of the purity of love found within the bond of friendship. You note how their companionship underscores an undeniable truth. No matter external circumstances, the essence of togetherness can enrich lives, a truth that resonates through the ages, reminding you that connection flourishes within the shared moments of life. Lost in thought, your eyes wander toward the wooden construction of a wedding arch adorned with flowers in vibrant hues. As you step closer, you can almost feel the palpable nerves and excitement rippling through the air, the anticipation of love ready to unfurl its petals in celebration of newfound commitment. You reflect on how each marriage encompasses more than just two individuals. It brings together families and friends, weaving a communal tapestry underscored by joy and shared hopes for the future. You wonder about the promises exchanged, the laughter shared, and the tears of joy decorating this transition into life together. Just beyond the arching floral display lies the church, its solemn stone edifice standing proudly, offering both structure and sanctuary. The allure of faith nudges at you, drawing you in as you consider the influence of religion on intimate relationships during those times. You observe clergy members engaging earnestly with the townsfolk, their guidance cloaked in both wisdom and warmth. It's here that the sacred mingles with the secular, where heartfelt confessions and joyous revelations merge in harmonious sync. Embracing communal strength and accountability, faith becomes a powerful force that binds lives together, while simultaneously highlighting the complexities of desire and devotion. You can hear a priest's voice rising above the gentle hum of conversation, sharing tales that intertwine moral teachings with compassionate understanding of the human heart. Each word resonates with sincerity, a reminder that while the church may guide, the fundamental desires that connect people to one another remain a deeply personal experience. You smile at the thought of love as an intrinsic part of belief, a confluence of faith, longing, and intimacy that breathes life into the human spirit. As your contemplations guide you to the edge of the village, you find yourself drawn toward the mound where the tournament stands erect. Here, valor and chivalry blend seamlessly, filling the air with excitement and anticipation. You observe knights preparing for their contests, eyes gleaming with determination as they don their polished armor, a symbol of both their martial prowess and the pursuit for love. You envision the glorious battles fought not just for victory, but to win the hearts of those they adore. Each combat becomes a display of not only physical strength, but emotional resolve, symbolizing the lengths to which one might go for love. The roar of the crowd mingles with the sound of swords clashing, a vivid reminder of the lengths these knights would go to demonstrate their worth. You witness the palpable tension in the air, that thrilling mix of hope and fear, as each knight aims to prove himself. Amid the competition, you spot glimmering eyes of ladies, their hearts beating in rhythm with the clashes, captivated by displays of gallantry. In this place, a knight's courage becomes not just a badge of honor, but a love letter flourished on the battlefield, written with each graceful move and each triumphant fall. Reflecting on this saga of heroes, your heart swells with reverence for the courage that love inspires. You pause to consider the vulnerability inherent in such pursuits. Each knight dons a facade of bravery while risking rejection, longing woven into the very fabric of their lives despite their honorable quests. Here, every victory and defeat carries profound significance, symbolizing the unyielding human drive to seek out affection and companionship. Your journey continues to the tavern, a hub of laughter and camaraderie, where the clinking of mugs harmonizes with raucous banter. You bask in the joyous revelry, where the mingling of strangers becomes the very heartbeat of community. Each shared story contributes to the communal tapestry, where tales of romance meld with humorous misadventures, crafting a lively atmosphere filled with delight and nostalgia. As you enter, it's as if the air is infused with love's intoxicating presence, drawing you into the warmth of friendship and shared experience. You catch snippets of conversation that traverse the spectrum of social interactions, new love, nostalgia, and the occasional scandal, all mingling effortlessly in a whirl of affection. You feel the companionship that permeates this space, a connective energy that sparks intimacy and revelry alike, reinforcing your understanding that love is best celebrated within the embrace of community. Throughout your explorations, laughter and connection thrive in the joyous festivals celebrated throughout the village. You embrace the thought of vivacious activities where love dances freely among participants, where hearts beat in sync amid the warmth of camaraderie. The delightful revelry takes on a life of its own, enveloping you in the energy that encourages connection, while leaving room for the spontaneity that often accompanies love, friendship, and everything in between. In this whimsical panorama, you allow your imagination to wander further, visualizing artists capturing the beautiful essence of these intertwined lives on canvas, translating fleeting moments into art that transcends time. Each stroke of a brush embodies love. The tender glances, the shared laughter, the quiet solace. A testament to intimacy and the quest for connection portrayed through their visions. With each whimsical scene created, each tapestry woven becomes a legacy imbued with emotion, reflecting the heart of humanity in all its complex beauty. You contemplate the stories penned in secret, those brothels where affection burgeons in hidden corners away from scrutiny. In this intimate realm, vulnerability thrives. Every exchange blossoms into connection as laughter mingles with flirtation. It's a sanctuary where humanity's yearning for companionship comes alive, revealing that love is multifaceted, not bound by societal parameters. You drift in the warmth of this realization, understanding that every relationship, every shared moment, speaks to the timeless desire for connection at the heart of the human experience. Turning your focus to the quirks of medieval medicine, you chuckle softly, recognizing the delightfully absurd remedies crafted to ignite passion. The picture of earnest physicians immersing themselves in debates over green herbs and the mystical properties of animal parts makes you smile. Their endeavors to understand love's chemistry, all while throwing open the door to curiosity and hilarity, showcase humanity's relentless pursuit of intimacy, clashing with a whimsical misunderstanding. Pausing to reflect on gender dynamics, you see how love served as a bridge across the complexities of identity. You consider how both men and women navigated the expectations set upon them, striving for connection whilst balancing their roles within the structure. Moments of resistance and resilience surface as you contemplate how affection often emerges in shared vulnerability, layering relationships with nuances that speak to love's transformative power. And in doing so, you find solace in the understanding that love thrives even in the face of adversity. In times of hardship, when mortality creates urgency, the bonds between individuals take on a new significance, revealing that connection becomes a lifeline in the midst of struggles. Each relationship further intertwines stories of perseverance and togetherness, enhancing the communal narrative that transcends individual hardship and strengthens through collective support. Finally, as you close the chapter on same-sex relationships, you find a soft warmth blooming within you, fueled by the quiet defiance of love blossoming against societal constraints. Hidden connections reveal a tapestry of love that resists the bounds of tradition. Intertwined lives celebrated in secret yet rich in emotion. The gentle reminders of humanity's ability to seek and find connection in the depths of longing transport you, igniting a sense of unity that transcends time. As your thoughts settle into a soothing rhythm, you find yourself enveloped by a profound understanding that intimacy forms the very essence of being human. The individual stories, collectively cherished, remind you that love manifests in myriad ways, raw and beautiful, joyous and tumultuous, always beckoning to be explored. You allow yourself to rest in this comforting realization, knowing that the heart of humanity beats steadily, thriving within the eternal dance of connection. With a tender sigh, you surrender your reflections to the soft embrace of the night. As you drift further into sleep, you invite the blend of past and present to cradle you, intertwining the hopes and experiences of generations past with your own heart, carrying with them the promise of love that perseveres. The whispers of history accompany you into the realm of dreams, where stories of intimacy continue to thrive, echoing through the corridors of time as you nestle into a peaceful slumber, a harmonious existence bound by love. As you sink deeper into the tranquil embrace of sleep, the vivid scenes of the past swirl gently around you like autumn leaves drifting in a warm breeze. The medieval village hums softly in the background, alive with the heartbeat of its inhabitants. Each flicker of life, every laugh and whisper, carries you further into an enchanting dreamscape where intimacy, love, and connection intertwine seamlessly. You find yourself back at the marketplace, the sun casting a warm glow that dances upon colourful stalls filled with fresh produce and vibrant fabrics. The sounds of bargaining float through the air, punctuated by the laughter of vendors and shoppers alike, creating a symphony of daily life that reverberates through time. In this lively atmosphere, you see couples sharing delightful moments, flirty exchanges and soft giggles woven into the fabric of their interaction. You smile softly, recalling how the pulse of the village reflects the sweet essence of companionship, highlighting that love can exist in the simplest of gestures. As you drift deeper into this picturesque vision, your gaze alights upon a grandmotherly figure lovingly teaching her grandchild how to select the juiciest peaches. The tender care she offers is a reminder of how affection transcends generations. As the child beams with pride and joy at the prospect of carrying on this cherished knowledge, you pause, soaking in the warmth of familial love, understanding that these moments of connection are precious threads within the rich tapestry of life. They remind you how love flourishes in everyday acts, nurturing relationships that transcend time and circumstance. As the marketplace hums with energy, you wander toward the schoolhouse at the edge of the village, where villagers gather not only to learn, but to create community. You envision eager faces, young and old, huddled together, their excitement palpable as they share stories, craft, and engage in spirited discussions. Here, knowledge becomes a tool for connection, fostering bonds nurtured through mutual curiosity and shared aspirations. Laughter echoes within the rustic walls, and as you observe, you realize that the pursuit of knowledge itself becomes a vital thread in the fabric of intimacy, uniting people in their quest for understanding and growth. Your journey continues, drawing you back to the church, a symbol of both sanctuary and the complexities of faith. You find yourself standing before its grand entrance, contemplating the interplay between love and morality. The voices of worshippers resonate with heartfelt hymns, each note reflecting a yearning for divine connection and guidance. You sense the fragility intertwined within the teachings. Here lies the tension of human desire and the search for righteous paths. Yet amid solemn prayers, you can also feel the warmth of shared human experiences. A congregation bound together in their vulnerabilities, their yearnings echoed in the sanctuary. Suddenly, the scene shifts before you, drawing you to a clearing where a grand tournament unfolds. Knights, resplendent in gleaming armor, prepare to display their valor as they vie for glory and affection. The air crackles with anticipation and bravado as the trumpets sound, signaling the commencement of this spectacle of might. You can feel the electric thrill as villagers gather to witness the feats of courage and romantic endeavor, their vocal encouragement rallying the knights in their noble quests. As you watch a knight ride forth, determination etched upon his features, you recognize the depth of emotion behind each act of bravery. He fights not just for his honor, but for the heart of the woman who inspires him. With each clash of swords, you hear the unspoken vows, a promise to protect, to cherish, and to love fiercely. You realize that within this public display lies the very essence of intimacy, the intertwining of personal aspirations and communal spectacle, creating a narrative rich with emotion and urgency. The experience of chivalry spills over into the vibrant world of entertainers and bards, whose songs weave tales of love lost and found. You find yourself captivated by their lyrics, each performance a testament to the human experience, brimming with yearning and desire. You can almost hear the melodies intertwining with the soundscape of the village as stories travel on the wings of music. A reminder that love stories, whether grand or humble, belong to the collective narrative of humanity. Your wanderings bring you to a flickering bonfire, where villagers gather to share stories and dreams under the star-studded sky. Each shared word is a thread of connection binding them together, illuminating their aspirations and the warmth of their camaraderie. As voices flow into the night, you feel a deep sense of connection to the essence of humanity, a reminder that tales of love, laughter, and longing traverse time, creating an enduring legacy. A sense of tranquility envelops you as you reflect on the power of conversation, how shared stories enrich collective understanding and bridge gaps between individual experiences. The laughter that fills the air becomes a balm for the heart, reminding you of the joy that comes from connecting with others, regardless of the time or place. There's an undeniable strength in this sense of community that hums beneath the surface, an intimate thread running through the stories shared among friends, families, and even strangers, reinforcing the idea that humanity seeks connection as a fundamental need. Your exploration leads you back to the tavern, where lively conversations shape the very fabric of the night. Amidst the warmth and camaraderie, you notice the playful exchanges between patrons, their laughter ringing out like music in the night. Here, in this cozy nook, the tapestry of life unfolds through anecdotes, gossip, and heartfelt laughter, where every person's story intertwines with another, creating memories that will echo through the ages. As you bask in this spirited atmosphere, you witness couples sharing a private moment, their connection palpable as they lean in close, lost in the gravity of their own world. You can feel the chemistry crackling between them, a beautiful reminder of how intimacy flourishes even amidst the vibrant chaos of life. It becomes clear that love is not just about grand declarations. It finds its voice in the simplest of moments. The shared looks, the soft laughter, the intermingled breaths of two souls coming together amidst the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Wandering beyond the tavern, your mind drifts back to the festivals that punctuated the medieval calendar, spectacles bursting with life and energy that invite everyone to join in the celebration of love and connection. You can feel the rhythm of drums and music reverberating through the air, urging you to join in the joyous dance that brings villagers together in joyous connection. Laughter spills freely into the night, melting away barriers and revealing the exuberant spirit of togetherness that thrives in celebration. Imagining the look of delight on children's faces as they participate in games and relays, you feel a swell of happiness for the way these events nurture bonds that will carry forth through time. Children grow into young lovers, families intertwine, and friendships deepen, all within the magic of shared experience. The vibrant images of it all serve to ignite your understanding of art as a medium through which love and connection are immortalized. You envision skillful artists capturing the festival's essence, each stroke of the brush creating vivid depictions of laughter, joy, and longing. Through their craft, they honor the intimacy intrinsic to their experiences, allowing those moments to resonate through generations, a living testament to the heart of humanity. In this ethereal dreamscape, you also grow aware of the shared moments within brothels. Those lively spaces steeped in laughter and camaraderie that invite affection within their walls. You come to understand that these places provide sanctuary for many, where vulnerabilities are embraced even amid societal expectations. These bonds become powerful reminders of the fluidity of love, a dance of connection cultivated in the warm glow of shared experiences. As the visions flow onward, you find yourself smiling softly at the peculiar blend of medieval medicine, conjuring images of physicians passionately debating the merits of herbs to kindle desire. Imagine scholars vigorously discussing the best concoctions. One sprinkle of these magical leaves, and love shall flourish. A humorous reflection on the lengths humanity will go to in understanding intimacy. How delightful it is to witness the earnestness of their inquiries juxtaposed with the quirks of folklore. In exploring gender's intricate dynamics, you gain insight into how intimacy weaves a rich tapestry through negotiations of identity. As each person navigates expectations and desires, you begin to see how tenderness and resilience merge to shape relationships, forging partnerships that allow for emotional depth and connection. You feel the weight of their struggles and triumphs, recognizing that love often transcends traditional roles, highlighting an enduring universal desire for intimacy. Your remembrance invites you back to the heart of community-based togetherness, focusing on love as a binding force. In quiet moments of reflection, you hold sacred the experiences of loss and longing, which ultimately motivate people to seek companionship, however fleeting it may be. You find that these narratives resonate timelessly, echoing the understanding that love often draws us closer to one another amid the storms of life, turning seemingly simple moments into profound connections. Then, as if guided by an unseen hand, your thoughts drift toward the hidden depths of same-sex relationships that persistently flourished beneath the surface. You ponder the tender glances shared in secret meetups, the threads of longing stitched together in whispers under the cover of the night. Love, you realize, transcends boundaries and restrictions, so powerful, so profound, that it insists on finding a way to thrive even in the shadows. There's beauty in these hidden connections, a striking testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for belonging. As you drift deeper into this tapestry of memories, a sense of clarity washes over you, a recognition that intimacy weaves through life in myriad forms grounded in the shared human experience. The narratives of love are at once universal and uniquely individual. They connect with the very core of your heart, revealing the profound truth that the spirit of intimacy lies at the heart of existence. In this softened embrace of understanding, you allow yourself to feel gratitude, not just for the stories from centuries past, but for the timeless truth they carry forward into your own life. As night unfolds its gentle cloak, cradling you in tranquil comfort, you find solace in the knowledge that love, indeed all forms of intimacy, remains a vibrant current weaving connections between lives, illuminating the paths shared along the way. And so, in this peaceful sanctuary of dreams, you rest, allowing the whispers of the past to guide you into a deeper sleep. You succumb to the soft lull of the night, cradled by the echoes of joy, laughter, and love. They linger gently, reminding you that as you journey through life, you too are part of this magnificent tapestry, forever intertwining your own story with the countless others that have come before. With this heartwarming thought, you settle into rest, entrusting the stories of intimacy to sail alongside you into the depths of peaceful slumber, where love continues to flourish and thrive eternally. As you succumb to the gentle embrace of slumber, the enchanting tapestry of medieval life deepens and expands around you, morphing into an ethereal landscape that feels both familiar and profoundly compelling. The village, with its cobblestone streets and lively market stalls, continues to flow and pulse with life. each thread of intimacy and connection intertwining seamlessly. With every breath you take, you draw in the essence of shared human experience, laughter, affection, longing, all echoing softly through the chambers of your heart. In this dream-infused world, you find yourself meandering through a lush countryside just beyond the bustling village. The fields are vibrant, dotted with wildflowers and framed by majestic rolling hills. As you stroll among the blooms, the warm sun caresses your skin, and a gentle breeze carries the soft whispers of nature. Here, in this tranquil haven, you can almost hear the echoes of love stories told beneath the wide-open sky, as if nature itself bore witness to the intimate exchanges that have unfolded across generations. You suddenly catch sight of a couple sitting on a blanket beneath a sprawling oak tree, their laughter ringing sweetly in the air. They share a picnic, the spread before them alive with delicious treats lovingly prepared. They lean close, whispering secrets and dreams in one another's ears, each glance exchanged dripping with adoration and familiarity. You feel the warmth of their connection radiate outward, a beautiful reminder that love can flourish in the simplest of moments. A shared meal, a tender smile, a soft caress. In this gentle intimacy, you recognize the truth about love, that it manifests in a myriad of ways, grounded in the everyday beauty of togetherness. Your exploration continues, guiding you toward a nearby glade where villagers gather to share their hopes and aspirations. Here, you stumble upon a circle of friends exchanging heartfelt stories around a crackling fire. The flames flicker and sway, illuminating the faces of those engaged in deep conversation. Their laughter dances through the night air like fireflies, enchanting and captivating. You can feel the heartbeat of the community vibrating in harmony, each narrative shared creating deeper connections that weave lives together. As you listen in, you are drawn into their collective dreams and aspirations, resonating with the universal desire for belonging and connection. Each individual voice adds a note to the symphony of intimacy, reminding you how vulnerability strengthens relationships, allowing intertwined souls to flourish together. The gentle bond of friendship echoes comfortingly in your heart, reinforcing the idea that love takes many forms, not only the romantic, but also the deep camaraderie shared between friends and family. You drift among the firelight, moving to the edge of the gathering, where you overhear an elder sharing tales of love from days long gone. The stories he weaves express both joy and heartache, carving a path through time as he recalls moments of passion and connection that transcended cultural boundaries. You are captivated by the richness of their tales, each word a brushstroke on the canvas of history, painting the portraits of those who dared to love boldly despite the limitations imposed upon them. As you listen to the elder's voice, filled with wisdom and a twinkle of mischief, you cannot help but feel a connection to those who came before, an unbroken thread binding you to their experiences. You sense that within every romantic entanglement or heartfelt union lies a shared quest for connection and understanding, a timeless journey that persists across the bounds of time and space. The richness of their histories becomes a powerful reminder that love, often clothed in complexities and nuances, transcends generations, creating a legacy that weaves through the hearts of all. In this joyful space, thoughts of the couples whose lives you've glimpsed, knights, bakers, and poets, swirl around you, each showcasing the diverse expressions of intimacy during those medieval years. Those shared moments manifest within your heart, as if calling upon your own experiences toffee with the past. You recognize that much like them, you too have navigated the complexities of vulnerability, joy, and longing in your own relationships. With a gentle sigh, you allow the warmth of community to wrap around you like a cozy blanket, embracing the shared narratives that define what it means to be human. The knowledge that love is a timeless pursuit, the driving force that binds us all, infuses you with a sense of solace and peace. It becomes clear that the connections you cultivate in life ripple outward, echoing through the hearts of many, just as those of the past had done. In this enchanting place, with its vibrant stories and rich traditions, the outline of a distant castle catches your eye. As you make your way toward it, you envision the grand halls filled with laughter and music, where love stories blossom amidst the splendor of courtly encounters. You dream of lavish balls where dancers twirl elegantly across polished floors, their movements fluid as they weave through the air. You imagine the lavish gowns sweeping across the rooms in a swirl of silks and colors, adorned with delicate embroidery, each choice imbued with careful consideration. The knights wear their armor like a second skin, showcasing their strength and valor, all while masking their hearts beneath the polished surfaces. You realize that grand displays of love unfold within these walls too, with whispered promises shared alongside soft brushes of fingertips. Amidst the courtly revelry, you find yourself mesmerized by the interplay of strength and vulnerability. How in such a grand setting, intimacy dances quietly, transforming the most public of spheres into a stage for very personal connections. Each twirl and sway becomes an act of declaration, echoing the universal desire to be seen and cherished, whether within a castle or a humble dwelling. As the night unfolds, you notice couples sharing stolen moments in the shadows, their private conversations playing out against the vibrant backdrop of festivity. These glimpses remind you of the many ways love finds its voice. The gentle connection formed between two hearts, transcending the grandiosity of their surroundings and drawing them closer together. It becomes clear that despite the opulence, the true riches lie within the intimate exchanges woven between them. Your journey continues, leading you back outside beneath the moonlit sky, where the stars shimmer like distant diamonds, casting a soft glow upon the earth. Here in the open space, a new gathering unfolds. Voices raised in song, harmonizing beautifully, their melodies extolling the virtues of love and connection. Every note reverberates through the serenity of the night, a celebration of life that resonates in the core of your being. You join in with the villagers, finding your place among them, a fellowship propelled by shared emotion, a living testament to the heart's deepest yearnings. As the songs rise, resonating with every soul present, you feel an overwhelming sense of unity, a recognition that love and connection form an enduring part of existence, interwoven through the strands of time. Gradually, your surroundings take on a dreamlike quality. Golden rays of dawn break upon the horizon, illuminating the landscape where past and present intertwine. You feel the memories cradle you softly, each one a reminder of the resilience of love through trials and triumphs, binding humanity in an eternal embrace. In the warmth of this awakening, your heart begins to settle peacefully. Cradled by the gentle hum of shared stories and connections, you realize that intimacy, with its many layers, unfolds vibrantly through the highs and lows, the laughter and the tears, an affirming revelation that the pursuit of love remains a loyal companion in the journey of existence. With a lingering sense of gratitude, you allow the sacredness of these experiences to anchor you as you embrace the soft pull of sleep. You understand that each moment, the shared joys, the gentle intertwining of lives, the whispered secrets, they are threads woven throughout the expansive tapestry of humanity, and they carry you into a soothing dreamscape. As your consciousness gradually fades into slumber, you feel the comforting warmth of love enveloping you, a gentle reminder that these connections, both past and present, will always remain a part of your existence. You breathe in deeply, allowing space for dreams to ignite and flourish, while you drift deeper into the embrace of the night, carrying with you the timeless stories and the lessons of love, forever woven into the core of your being. As you sink deeper into this embrace of slumber, your dreams continue to unfold like a rich tapestry woven from the threads of the medieval past. The threads of love, connection, and intimacy swirl around you, wrapping you in a cocoon of warmth that feels both familiar and profoundly comforting. Each moment in this dreamscape reflects the beauty of shared experiences, whispering quietly through the corridors of time. You find yourself back at the marketplace, where the lively chatter and bustle of daily life resonates with an unmistakable energy. The sunlight glistens off the vibrant fruits displayed at the stalls, the colors more vivid than when you first wandered through this beloved village. You can almost feel the heartbeat of the community, a rhythm intertwined with laughter, the clattering of cartwheels, and the playful teasing exchange between couples as they navigate the vibrant tapestry of life surrounding them. You're drawn again to the sight of a young couple near the fountain, their love evident in the way they exchange playful glances and warm smiles. They lean in closer, sharing softly spoken words and laughter that seems to shimmer in the air between them. Watching this intimate exchange, you deeply feel the power of connection that transcends time. It's a reminder that love often flourishes in the purity of fleeting moments, hidden within the great span of everyday life. As you continue to roam the marketplace, you note how the villagers revel in the shared experiences that abound, their laughter rolling over the cobblestones like gentle waves upon the shore. You can almost sense the bond between them, the underlying thread of companionship and camaraderie nurtured through the trials and joys of life. In every familiar face you see, there is a story waiting to be shared, a testament to the enduring strength of human connection that rings true in your heart. Next, your footfalls lead you toward that oak tree, where you once again catch sight of the elderly woman who lovingly shared the art of selecting the perfect peaches with her granddaughter. This time, you pause at the edge of the scene, envisioning a circle of friends sitting beneath the tree, swapping stories of love and heartache amidst the soft rustling of leaves overhead. Each anecdote becomes a note in a cherished melody, sung in harmonies that resonate with the laughter of shared memories. In time, the gathering grows lively, filled with animated exchanges and giggles as memories spill from their lips, each one a poignant reminder of the bond forged through shared experience. You cherish the warmth in their voices, feeling the embrace of friendship wrapping around you, highlighting another facet of intimacy, one not limited to lovers, but enriched by the connections that arise from kinship, friendship, and community. Your path continues, and you find yourself drawn back to the church, where the melodic tones of a choir momentarily halt you in your tracks. You close your eyes for a fleeting moment, allowing the harmonies to wash over you, resonating in the deepest chambers of your heart. The ethereal music elevates your spirit, wrapping you in a heightened sense of belonging. Here, within the sacred space, you witness how spirituality intertwines with intimacy, bringing together souls searching for connection, both with the divine and one another. You drift within this sanctuary as the congregation gathers, lost in devotion and reflection. Their prayers become softer, threads of love and gratitude woven into every whispered word. In this sacred moment, you are reminded that while the church provides guidance and structure, it's ultimately the shared humanity and love of its followers that breathes life into these walls. Here, vulnerability meets faith in a space that fosters both personal and communal growth. As the echoes of the choir seep into your soul, you turn your thoughts to the knights and their noble pursuits. Imagine again the grand tournament where valor and romance collide. The bursts of cheers from the crowd fill your ears as they celebrate the knights' courage and displays of charming gallantry. You walk among the crowd, feeling the electricity in the air, suddenly more vibrant as hearts race in conjunction with the tension of competition. As you observe the knights in battle, you capture the essence of their quests, not merely for victory, but for the often aspirational pursuit of love. Each strike of the sword reverberates as a daring ode, echoing through time as love fuels their desire to impress and win the admiration of their ladies. You marvel at the tangled relationships formed amid the clamor, where vulnerability and bravery dance a delicate waltz, creating a spectacle that carries the weight of deep emotional stakes. Stepping back from the fervor of the tournament, your journey leads you to the tavern once again, its warm embrace welcoming you as you draw near. The lively atmosphere fills your senses with the scent of spiced ale and roasted meats, as voices blend together in hearty laughter and jovial camaraderie. Here, the pulse of the community thrives amid warmth and connection, reminding you of the powerful impact of sharing life with others. You observe patrons exchanging tales in animated fashion, their camaraderie infusing the evening with energy and joy. Beneath the flickering candlelight, friendships spark and rekindle, a beautiful testament to the strength of connection forged over the years. Each shared moment becomes a building block of intimacy, laughter stitching everyone together, no longer strangers, but kindred spirits united in the pursuit of shared experiences. Amidst the raucous laughter, your gaze drifts past a corner table where a couple sits engrossed in conversation, their heads bent close together as they engage in delightful exchanges. You witness their connection, subtle yet profound, and it serves as a reminder that love can manifest in countless ways, often in those hushed, tender moments that speak volumes. In the warmth of their interaction, you sense that intimacy does not always need a grand stage. It is rooted in the understanding, affection, and trust that steadily build between two souls. Your exploration brings you back to the vibrant festivals, the jubilant celebrations that breathe life into the familiar landscape, where joy finds its rhythm in communal dance and shared laughter. You envision the glorious festivities, with decorations bursting in color and light, inviting everyone to join in the revelry. The exuberance wraps around you like a radiant cloak, illuminating the essence of connection that thrives during such gatherings. As you delve into the festivities, you feel the intoxicating rhythm of the drums sync with your heartbeat, pulling you into the joyous dance that encircles you. Strangers become partners, friends share laughter, and lovers sway together under the illumination of lanterns that sway gently in the cool evening breeze. Here, in this ecstatic atmosphere of community, you understand that love transcends the boundaries of romantic entanglements. It thrives in unity, calling everyone to embrace the shared moments that stitch lives together. Gradually, you find your way back to the artists capturing these festive moments, their creative spirits weaving the essence of love into their work. You can see painters mixing vibrant colors on their palettes, each brushstroke bringing to life the exuberant scenes around them, a joyful testament to those soaring moments of humanity that evoke connection. Through their craft, they tether themselves to shared experiences and emotions, creating a legacy born in celebration of love's indomitable spirit. Even as you draw closer to the intimate spaces of brothels, you carry forward the understanding that love, however expressed, finds its way into the most unexpected corners. Within their lively walls, you discover stories of intertwined lives and unfiltered desire, a realization that intimacy arises in myriad forms. Here, laughter is shared alongside whispered secrets, an understanding that reinforces the idea that love, in all its dimensions, offers refuge and companionship in this world of dreams. The quirky musings of medieval medicine draw laughter from your lips as you recall the eccentricities and the earnest experiments undertaken to ignite passion. You can visualize physicians of the time, engaged in earnest debates about the merits of various herbs and animal parts, creating a tapestry filled with a mix of earnest inquiry and spirited antics. The humor in these discussions enriches your understanding that the quest for intimacy served as an unending inspiration for exploration, even amid the most curious of methods. Reflecting on the evolving dynamics of gender, you begin to appreciate the nuances of identity and how they shape the identities people navigate in pursuit of meaningful connections. You consider how love learns to flourish amid the complexities of societal expectations, often illuminating the quiet battles fought in the name of affection. In moments of tenderness and resistance alike, you sense the emotional depth of every interaction as they strive for authentic connection. As your wanderings come to a gentle close, you find yourself reflecting once more on the shared experiences of intimacy that ripple through life. Every relationship, every choice resonates like a note in an endless melody. Amidst the ebb and flow of shared laughter, heartache, and joy, you are reminded again that love serves as the foundational force weaving through the annals of time. With a sense of peaceful fulfillment, you allow the warmth of every experience to settle within you, acknowledging that each person you've encountered, each moment captured in this dreamscape, is an invitation to connect with the essence of humanity. As your heart blooms with gratitude for the timeless stories unfolding within you, you embrace the calming rhythm of the night. In this quiet sanctuary of your mind, you feel ready to embrace the peace of sleep, resting effortlessly in the knowledge that love, shaped by past generations, continues to evolve as a vibrant tapestry, layered with connection and intimacy. As you draw closer to the dawn of new understandings and experiences, you surrender your consciousness to the soft embrace of dreams, where the stories of love, laughter, and longing continue to flourish, guiding you into a future that holds boundless possibilities. With a last tender sigh, you let the warmth of these moments cradle you, knowing they will always remain part of your essence, echoing through your heart and reminding you of the beauty fostered within human connection. As you drift deeper into the tranquil pull of slumber, the stories you're woven into play softly in the background, joining you in an eternal dance where love abides, ready to guide you home in the gentle embrace of dawn. As your consciousness slides deeper into the soothing realm of dreams, the world around you shifts once more, melding into a tapestry of sights and sounds that beckon to you like a garden of memories. You find yourself in a bewitching grove on the outskirts of the medieval village, where the air is thick with the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers, and shafts of sunlight stream through the branch canopy overhead. It's as if time slows down within this serene sanctuary, inviting you to explore the romantic nuances of intimacy that flourish amid nature's beauty. In this enchanting grove, you can hear the soft rustle of leaves whispering their secrets to one another, a delightful symphony of tranquility that wraps around you like a comforting blanket. As you wander through the dappled light, you catch glimpses of couples scattered throughout, each lost in their own world of connection. You see one pair nestled on a sunlit patch of grass, their fingers interlocked, the warmth of their love palpable, carrying the weight of unspoken promises and shared dreams. You stop for a moment, observing them, and feel a sweet pang of nostalgia as you recall the fleeting moments in your own life that echo this tender intimacy. Those times when time seemed to stand still, when the world around faded away, leaving only the connection shared between two souls. Their laughter dances through the air, mingling with the melody of chirping birds as the sun casts warm rays upon their blissful spirits, reminding you of the joyous simplicity found in love. As you continue your exploration, your attention is drawn to a bubbling brook that meanders through the grove. The crystalline sound of water flowing over smooth stones creates an enchanting backdrop, beckoning you closer. There, you see a group of friends gathered, taking a break from the festival celebrations, a blend of joy and camaraderie in their conversation. Their laughter is contagious, the bonds of friendship woven with threads of shared experiences and memories that animate their laughter and conversation. You catch snippets of their discussions, a blend of light-hearted banter punctuating tales of recent escapades, a testament to the vibrant connections that thrive through shared adventures. You smile, taking in the spirit of companionship that fills the air. These are the moments that remind you of the richness that friendship brings, the laughter shared over mundane moments, and the strength found in the embrace of those who understand you. As you sit near this lively group, you feel an inexplicable pull toward one particular conversation that glints with the aliveness of young love. One of the friends recounts their budding romance with a soft blush on their cheeks, eyes shining with joy. You could almost taste the sweetness mingling with a subtle vulnerability as they speak of stolen glances exchanged and shy confessions made under the boughs of trees. The tenderness of their words is palpable, rooted in the thrill of new connections, a reminder that love has an enchanting way of awakening the best parts of ourselves. The grove transforms, transporting you to another clearing where the festival unfolds once more under a twilight sky, adorned with a tapestry of stars. You stand within the lively crowd, momentarily lost in the joyous celebration that ripples through every heart present. The melodies of laughter weave together with the vibrant calls of joyous celebration, creating a medley that sings the spirit of unity in every step taken, every dance shared, and every cheer raised in honor of love and togetherness. You immerse yourself in the pulsating rhythm of dancers moving gracefully under a canopy of lanterns, twirling and leaping with abandon. The vibrant colors of their garments swirl around you like paint on a canvas, each movement a swirling stroke of joy, each step a testament to the bond between friends, families, and lovers. As you sway and laugh with them, you feel the energy of celebration pulse through your veins, a joyous reminder that love is alive, flourishing in every laugh, every step, every exchanged glance. Nearby, you notice performers captivating the audience with tales of heartbreak and heroism spun into lyrical verse. Each story unfolds like a flower blooming, petals revealing layers of love and loss, an intimate glimpse into the human condition. You lean in closely as the bard strums their lute, weaving enchanting melodies that carry the weight of emotion. The lyrics swell and rise to life as they paint vivid images of ardent pursuits and hidden romances. The beauty of storytelling draws you in, a compelling exploration of what it means to love and to be loved, each word echoing the timeless search for connection. Embracing the atmosphere, Your feet carry you closer to a bonfire crackling in the center of the festival, the flickering flames drawing people together. You find a spot on the grass among friends, eyes sparkling in the warm glow, drawn to the community that embraces everyone gathered in celebration. The scent of roasted meats wafts toward you, mingling with the aroma of sweet pastries, each also a testament to the hospitality and love that pervades the gathering. You watch as villagers share their culinary delights, laughter and banter flowing freely, infusing the celebration with an infectious spirit of joy and togetherness. Conversations ebb and flow like gentle waves, each voice contributing to the harmonious chorus that underscores the spirit of camaraderie. The gentle movement toward one another, inviting connections across tables, reminds you that sharing meals has always been intertwined with love. It is in breaking bread together that friendships flourish, hearts open, and connections deepen. As the evening unfolds, you find yourself at the periphery of an intimate circle where couples gather to share their dreams and aspirations. Quiet conversations exchanging heartfelt hopes under the cover of twinkling stars. A couple leans in closer, exchanging sweet nothings, their hands intertwined in a simple yet profound gesture of affection. It stirs something within you, this uncomplicated intimacy that expresses the depth of love through gentle touches and tender smiles, enveloping you in warmth and understanding. You take a step back to admire the scene, where individual stories layer upon one another, creating a rich narrative that stretches beyond time and connects hearts. In this beautiful assembly, it becomes apparent that love shapes not only individual paths, but intertwines with the broader human experience, each story a thread woven into a larger tapestry, illustrating the timeless journey of connection. As you allow the scene to wash over you, comfort wraps around you like a quilt, lulling you gently into contemplation. The realization sinks in that intimacy ebbs and flows through your life, much as it does here. Interpersonal connections nurtured in shared moments, vibrant friendships blossoming in laughter, and the soft glow of love illuminating even the darkest corners of existence. With a profound sense of gratitude, you allow these heartfelt exchanges to become part of your dreams. As your mind drifts to a quieter space, you find yourself wandering back towards the grove, where the moonlight pours over the landscape like silver, illuminating the contours of the earth in a gentle glow. The soft rustle of leaves surrounds you, cradling you in nature's embrace as you reflect upon the beauty of intimacy and connection. In this peaceful sanctuary, you embrace the myriad ways love manifests, deeply aware that each encounter, be it joyous or bittersweet, carries its own story, each offering a piece of wisdom that enriches the collective essence of being human. As you revel in the warmth of the memories that bathe you in their glow, you understand that intimacy evolves, grows, and deepens with every shared glance, every moment of laughter, and every heartfelt connection. With that warmth in your heart, you draw in a steady breath, allowing the beauty of these experiences and stories to guide you gently into slumber. The dreams before you shimmer with possibility, enfolding the echoes of history, love, and laughter within their embrace, ready to accompany you into a night filled with the promise of tomorrow, a new canvas upon which the adventures of intimacy and connection await, always ready to bloom anew. As you surrender fully to the night, the heart of humanity whispers sweetly in your ear, carrying you onward toward a bright horizon where love continues its glorious journey, filled with hope, warmth, and an infinite expanse of beautiful connections yet to unfold. Joyfully, you drift into this dreamscape, knowing that the threads of intimacy you have witnessed will continue to weave together your path and the paths of all who seek the rich tapestry that binds us all. As you surrender to the enveloping embrace of sleep, the medieval dreamscape swirls vividly around you, transforming the world into an expansive canvas of your imagination. The gentle rhythm of the village life plays beneath your consciousness like a soft lullaby, inviting you to explore deeper realms of connection, intimacy, and the beautiful tapestry of human experience. Each thread is a narrative, interlacing tales of love, laughter, and genuine companionship. You find yourself back in the village, where the sun casts a golden glow upon the cobblestone streets. The marketplace is alive and bustling, infused with energy that pulsates with the joys of communal life. As you stroll among the stalls, vibrant colors speak to you. The vivid reds of ripened apples, the lively greens of fresh herbs, and the delicate whites of blooming flowers meld together in a glorious display. You inhale deeply, allowing the scents to wrap around you, a fragrant reminder that life's richness can be found in every corner. As you wander, you catch sight of an elderly couple sitting side by side on a bench, hands clasped firmly together. Their smiles reflect the warmth of shared history, every line on their faces a testament to a lifetime of love and connection. You feel a gentle warmth radiate from their bond, reminding you that intimacy often blooms in the quiet moments spent together, like the unspoken understanding woven into the fabric of their long companionship. In observing them, you realize that love isn't always grandiose. Sometimes it thrives in silence, reflected in shared glances and the comfort of holding one another close. Off to the side, you see children darting between stalls, their laughter ringing out like music. Their innocent joy becomes an infectious melody, and you smile as you witness the beauty of friendship blossoming amid their playful antics. They chase one another, breathless with delight, forming connections that will follow them into adulthood, an unbreakable bond built on laughter and shared adventures, a dazzling reminder of the love that flourishes in the innocence of childhood. Your attention is drawn towards the church, its ornate architecture standing tall amid the village life. You step inside, embracing the serenity that envelops this sacred space. The air is imbued with the sense of burning candles and the soft echo of whispered prayers, creating an atmosphere that invites reflection. Here, the intersection of faith and love becomes apparent as villagers seek solace and connection, contemplating both their individual paths and their entanglement within the greater tapestry of the human experience. You take a moment to relish this intertwining of spirituality and emotion, an unshakable bond that nurtures the heart. Emerging from the sanctuary, your feet guide you back to the clearing where you witnessed the tournament previously. The atmosphere buzzes with excitement, and you join the enthusiastic crowd, caught up in the thrill of competition. Knights, their armor glimmering beneath the sun, display their bravery and valor in heart-pounding clashes. You can feel the energy ripple through the crowd, uniting everyone in raucous applause as they cheer for their favorite champions. You marvel at how these knights embody not only courage in battle, but also the courageous vulnerability required to pursue love. Each strike resonating in the air becomes a metaphor for the quest they undertake, not just for honor, but for the hearts that inspire their bravery. You are captivated by the way their gestures become a language of devotion, a dance that intertwines strength and the soft vulnerability that accompanies their yearnings for affection. As the tournament winds down, you momentarily step back, allowing the excitement to wash over you. Here, stories of connection evolve, and you recognize the lessons of love, a powerful narrative that knows no boundaries. Each clash of swords tells a story about the pursuit of love, echoing through the annals of time. Each knight, each combatant, becomes part of a legacy of longing that weaves together the threads of human experience. The festival draws you back into its vibrant embrace as the sun dips low in the sky, casting a warm orange hue throughout the village. You are swept into an evening filled with music and dance, captivating your senses and inviting you to partake in the joyful celebrations that explode around you. Lanterns sway gently in the breeze, illuminating the faces of revelers as they twirl and sway in unison, embodying the very essence of affection in movement. As you join the throng of dancers, you begin to feel the infectious spirit of joy ripple through your body. Each step, each spin, becomes an expression of freedom and celebration, a blissful release of all that connects humanity at its core. You smile at the playful exchanges shared between friends, their laughter mingling with melodies that serenade the night, reminding you of the joy that emerges when hearts come together in celebration. As the evening progresses, you notice small groups huddled together, sharing stories and secrets beneath star-laden skies. The intimacy of their conversations draws you in, reminding you that love takes many forms, not just in romantic pursuits, but also in the tender bonds between friends and family. The shared vulnerability and trust create a beautiful tapestry of togetherness, weaving lives closer and deeper as they navigate the complexities of their individual journeys. As the festival reaches its pinnacle, a bard steps forward, their voice rising above the jubilant noise, captivating all with a tale spun from the strands of longing and desire. Their melodies weave through the air, each note carrying hope and melancholy as they sing of love lost and found, threading through the hearts of everyone present. You feel the weight of each word, the raw emotion transforming the atmosphere into something magical, a collective journey through the chronicles of the heart. In this fleeting moment, you witness how storytelling serves as a conduit for understanding and connection. Each tale told offers insights into the human experience, echoing the triumphs and heartaches that shape lives, connecting everyone present in a shared recognition of love's complexity. You feel both moved and connected, realizing that intimacy transcends individual stories. It encompasses the entire spectrum of human emotion, binding all together in a shared quest for belonging. As the night begins to fade, you find yourself drawn back to that tranquil grove. The moon bathes the landscape in a silvery glow, casting soft shadows across the ground. You feel the coolness of the night air brushing softly against your skin, a fleeting reminder of the quiet moments that mature beneath the surface of life. You sit for a moment beneath the elegant boughs of a tree, allowing yourself to breathe deeply, reflecting on the whirlwind of connections and revelations, each a vital thread interwoven in the grand tapestry of existence. With your eyes closed, you let the soothing sounds of nature wash over you. The gentle rustle of leaves, the distant call of an owl, and the soft crooning of frogs staged in their quiet symphony. These sounds create a calming backdrop, allowing thoughts to settle like dew upon the grass. As you reflect on the many forms intimacy has taken within your exploration, a sense of gratitude grows within you. You understand that love, in all its varied forms, is a powerful force, capable of tearing down barriers, forging unforgettable connections, and illuminating even the darkest of moments. Feeling at peace, you gradually allow yourself to drift sleepily into that realm where dreams merge with reality, a space where the vibrant stories of the past can teach you the most profound lessons about the present. You clasp these newfound insights close to your heart, knowing that they will guide you as you navigate your own journey, enriching your understanding of love and the beautiful connections that lie ahead. With the gentle lull of night cradling you in its embrace, you let your thoughts surrender fully to sleep. You trust that the stories you've woven into your heart will carry you forth, guiding your path in the warm glow of love's enduring flame. Dreams will unfold like petals beneath the moonlight, where the seeds of your own experiences mingle with those of the past, continuing the dance of humanity anew. As you drift off, you find solace in the knowledge that the pursuit of connection and intimacy is a timeless journey, one that prevails over barriers and thrives across ages. And in this soft surrender, you are cocooned in the gentle embrace of dreams, where the heart's desires linger, ready to lead you forward into another day colored by love's brilliant hues.